Hey everyone, and I'm back. Need to clear the chat. Did I distract a lot? So where do I need to go to do this thing? I need to go to this here. And oh my goodness, forgot. Overlays, I believe. One and turn it off and on. Hey Omni, how are you doing, man? It's a bit early to give you an assault because you're the first one in, but I will give you another one later on. I want to see. I'm still playing Gabriel Knight today, it's already loaded. It's there on the side.
I had an itch.
Fixing a generator, that reminds me Dead by Daylight. Not sure if it was that though. Not sure it was that. Last you were streaming was Wreckfest. I don't know the game. I have to check it out. So, my audio seems to be working and I think I can start the game. So we are playing Chapter 4 of The Beast Within, a Gabriel Knight mystery. And this one will be in the point of view of Gracie, the helper of Gabriel Knight, which is doing research. One point to point out, Gabriel Knight wanted Gracie out of the way, so he gave her research to be out of the way, not to be helpful. But I'm sure Gracie will find a way to be helpful. Door and Chapter 4 in progress. Chapter 4 start. Well, this is the same file. Guess I saved twice. So. Alright, that will show the information there when I need it. In the shortcut. Everything seems fine. Yeah. I think first thing would be to get the letter that Gabriel sent her. The letter is important because it will tell her what to do. She finished every research she had to do, so she has no clue what to do next. I mean, she done her job. Found information about werewolves, and this time needs to find information about Ludwig II, but she doesn't know that yet. Man, the 90s. I do miss the hairstyles and the clothes. Let me move a bit the chair. And I believe the post office was on the right.
There's no one there.
Then try to ring.
Guten Tag.
Grüß Gott, Frau Nakimura. Ich habe etwas für Sie.
Oh, it's from Gabriel.
Ja,
Yeah,
das
it
ist
is.
vom Schatz.
Ah, I clicked by mistake and closed the window. That's not what I wanted to do. But we got the package, which is basically this letter here. It's not visible. Now it is.
Gracie, you decided to come over. That's great. Guten Tag and all that.
He's lying
I'm
when
sure
I
you
say
and
that's
Gary are
great.
hitting it off. Thanks for finding the werewolf book. I'm not sure what it all means, but it might be useful. But Ludwig II, you know, I think you might have something there. Ubergrau says there are 2 places you should check out. Ludwig had a castle called New Swan something, and there's a museum about him at here in chemistry. Something like that. I really think you should spend some time looking into it.
Very detailed information. He wanted her out of the way, but his definitions or places he suggested, he couldn't even get the name right.
Gracie. Don't worry. Things are going very smoothly this time around. I've tracked a suspect to a hunt club run by a man named Von Glauer. He seems okay, but I'm sure there's something going on with at least one of the others. Don't worry, though. I met a police detective named Lieber, so I have backup. I'll be finished soon. Sit tight and enjoy your visit till I get there. Gabriel.
What does he think? I'm on vacation here? And no address. Thank you very much, Mr. Knight.
Well, that's the idea, not giving her an address. So we have to expect that. Let's see if we
My
can...
German isn't good enough for chit-chat.
No, we cannot talk to her yet, so let's go back.
Danke.
Other places to go after reading this here? Don't think so. We don't need to talk to the dude yet. I might check if we have conversation, but I don't think so. He's not there.
Guess they're closed.
Maybe it's too early. And there's also the church you can visit in this area. There's also a pub, Old and Low. And two people here that we know. Can talk to them. Let's talk to the bartender first. Forgot his name. Hey, Almir, how you doing?
Yes?
I love it too. I'm doing chapter 4 at the moment. One of my favorite chapters because I don't want to spoil, but you know, chapter 4, you visit a lot of very interesting artsy places, right? So I'm looking forward to that so much. Do you like Gabriel Knight 3?
I was wondering if you've changed your mind about telling me where Gabriel is. It's really important.
No.
No way.
Sorry.
I love the dude. I love the old dude. Gracie, poor thing.
Thanks.
Bitte?
Poor thing. She doesn't know Gabriel doesn't want her with her. I do not like 3 much compared to 1 and 2. I do understand that. I do love the story of 3, I mean. But it's the one that aged the most, and the controls are a bit tough. And the graphics, yeah. But I do love the premise of the story of finding... it's a bit like Da Vinci Code. I like that a lot. I loved 1, obviously, especially the original, with the original voices of the actors. And 2 is quite close to 1 in regards of liking it.
Hello there, dear.
Love this
Hi,
copy.
I'm Grace Nakamura from the castle. Am I interrupting?
Heavens, no.
Have a seat, Miss Nakamura.
Well, I might. For a moment.
Never miss a chance to interact with these two people. I'm French, and this game, Gabriel
No,
2, has a
thanks.
cool status in
Good for
France.
you. I
And
can
then
never
it
turn
was
down food myself.
Yes, it is ridiculous funny.
Now you just
And
tell
3
us all
happened
about it, sugar pie.
is in France, right? It takes place in France, the 3rd one. Or I'm mistaken. I remember it had a very cute chapel. I remember the hotel. I remember the small town. But not 100% sure it was France.
You mentioned the other night that you were a demonologist. What is that exactly?
Well, it's not as bad as it sounds, honey. What Emma and I really do is to help protect people.
Protect them from what?
Well, do you believe in the devil, Miss Nakamura?
I believe in good and evil, if that helps.
Oh, but Satan and his demons are real, and they will attack the living. And most folks don't know what to do once they've been attacked. We try to help protect people.
How can you protect people from demons?
Best protection is faith in God, of course. But sometimes faith isn't enough. Sometimes we have to delve into the supernatural in order to protect others. Your shot and joggers are just the same.
We are? I mean, He is?
Of course! The warriors of light are rare these days, but they do exist all around the globe.
That's interesting. I just read about a group called Manos del Sol in Brazil. So the Ritters aren't the only Schottenjägers.
Well, they're probably the only ones to use that title, but others have been chosen for the battle.
I believe Gracie should get an honorary title as a Schattenjäger too.
Do you know anything about King Ludwig II?
Sure, we saw his castles, didn't we, Mother?
We sure did. Why do you ask?
Well, I found a letter in the Schottenjäger library warning Ludwig about the Black Wolf.
Who wrote the letter?
One of Gabriel's ancestors, a Schottenjäger.
Seems like whoever was using me as a megaphone helped you find that letter. Perhaps you should follow the path something's pointing at. Look into Ludwig.
I intend to.
Yeah. Gabriel asked us to, but he just want to get rid of us, so he doesn't believe it's really important.
The other night you said something about the Black Wolf. What did you mean? Where did you hear that name?
I wasn't the one talking.
I don't understand.
Well, that's quite all right. The point is, it would be a very good idea to answer those questions, and we must work together to do so. Of course I'll help you, Pumpkin. I'd like to know myself, wouldn't I? It isn't every day one's taken over by a disembodied spirit, and I don't much care for it, thank you.
You're not talking about a seance, are you?
Oh, heavens no.
Thank God.
Emma's right. I'm much better at tarot cards. I can read for you or for someone else if you prefer.
Get it? Can we do it the tarot reading now? Oh, yeah, we can. Let's ask again about the Black Wolf first, though.
Are you sure you don't know anything about the Black Wolf?
I never did, dear. I told you. Really, you mustn't confuse the vessel with the voice. All I remember was seeing a very bright flash like lightning. Next thing I knew,
thank
Emma
you for
had
the
me
follow.
outside.
Appreciate it,
Whatever
man.
it was very powerful. Very powerful.
About who talked about the Black Wolf, I have a theory at the moment. Since in the chapter 2, I think, when they were reading information about werewolves, if a werewolf was killed and he was not damned because he done eat human flesh, so he's not damned, his soul should roam the earth forever. That means that the soul of a victim that became a werewolf could be the one speaking to Grace. And naming the name Black Wolf makes sense, since it could be the wolf that cursed him in the first place.
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to do my tarot reading.
Don't you worry now. I know what I'm doing.
This is one of my
Push
favorite
your
things.
vital energies into the cards. This is your soul card. That which applies to all of your lifetimes. It's the Empress. Oh, that's a good one.
What's it mean?
It means that your soul's journey is one of leadership. There's great strength here and intelligence. This card represents what you're like in this lifetime. It's the Chariot. Self-discipline, control. You need to feel you have a plan, that you're testing your abilities. The Chariot's very masculine. In combination with the Empress, it tells me that you're currently exploring your male side. You will seek out great achievement, but it does have its price.
Doesn't sound anything like me.
Yes, dear. The third card represents the other. You've pulled the Magician. Who is he, dear?
I know.
Excuse me?
Your other, the Magician. Oh, this is a very powerful card. Major Arcana.
My other?
Everyone has an other. Let's see. I bet it's the Schottenjäger. What's his name?
The Schottenjäger? Gabriel Knight.
A name of power. He is powerful, this one. The Magician is dexterous and cunning. mischievous and manipulative,
That's Gabriel, all right.
and very strong with magical and occult powers. Now, this is interesting because your card, the Chariot, is all logic and reasoning, while his, the Magician, is spiritual and intuitive. You two are quite a pair. The fourth card shows what you're trying to achieve at this moment, your immediate destiny. It's the Strength or Lust card.
Lust.
Not
Maybe?
that kind of lust, dear. It's a trial card, finding the strength to continue some difficult journey. It also represents the integration of conflicting energies. That must be your Chariot and his Magician energies. Strength also means bonding those energies, loving without judgment, learning to love the beast.
Uh-huh.
What is this trial, dear? Do you know?
Well, Gabriel and I are involved with a case right now.
Oh?
It will be a hard time. You must let your love give you power. Use the positive energy of your union or you may not succeed.
My goodness, I clicked. Oh my goodness. I hate when I click by mistake. Can I rewatch it? I can hear it. No, she's Gracie. Edge.
Maybe we should do a reading for Gabriel.
I'm not touching the mouse.
Oh, let's! It's a little like spying on someone unawares, but what the heck? Reach out to the cards and to think about his essence. His soul card is the Magician.
I missed it.
Yes,
I
dear.
love the story
It
of Gabriel
reflects
Knight
your
3,
other-
but the gameplay was so
Exactly.
far from classic point
Oh,
and click.
maybe, but I'd rather hold out for
Very
David
different and it's
Copperfield.
very awkward, I think.
And his
What I like
lifetime
is what you
card-
like, the story.
Oh, goodness. The lovers.
And it's,
You mean
I
the
think
sole
it's a
purpose
very
of his life is in his
fun
pants?
game to
Doesn't
watch
surprise
being
me.
played. Maybe it's a bit less
It's not
fun to
what
play
you
it
think,
yourself. but
dear.
being
It's a
watched and enjoying the
duality
story,
card.
it's a very good
As a
experience.
lifetime card, it refers to Gabriel's own duality. Good versus evil, physical pleasure versus spiritual growth, that kind of thing. His challenge is to integrate the conflicting parts of himself. Until he does, he'll never find peace. And you will find peace when you acknowledge all of him. Find a way to love the worst as you already love the best.
You're really reaching.
Mother.
She's not reaching, it's obvious,
His
man.
other
She
is the High
almost
Priestess.
Edgar there.
Let me guess.
By the
That's
jealousy,
me,
yes.
right?
No, dear, it's not. The High Priestess represents psychic mysteries, deep wisdom. This is a very different energy from your earthy one. This must be our connection. To the voice, dear! Someone is trying to communicate with Gabriel. This force is represented by the High Priestess.
That's
High
not much help.
Priestess.
What about the Black Wolf?
But it is a help, dear. The High Priestess is a spiritual guide card if ever there was one. The message must have been a warning.
If this force is connected to Gabriel, and if he's so very psychic, then why doesn't it just go to him? Why say it to me?
Maybe Gabriel's blocked. Maybe he's purposefully blocking. There is that duality business. Let's go on and see if it becomes clear. The fourth card, remember, represents the current situation. It's death.
Oh. Nothing to worry about then.
No?
Now, you just leave interpretation up to me, Sugar Pie. It's a transformation card, dying to one thing and being born to
Do you
another.
think it's purely coincidental that
It is
that card
painful, but
appears
it
in
isn't
every tarot
necessarily
reading?
bad.
Every movie, TV series, video game?
Two of
Well, the
wands.
sensation of it, right?
Oh my.
The shock, death, oh my
What?
god. Maybe not.
A 2 is not good here. Wands is Mars in Aries. That's a war card. In conjunction with the
Phasmophobia,
death
that
card,
means you are going to get hunted by
there are two possible
whatever ghost is in the
transformations.
place.
Two transformations?
Yes, dear. Gabriel is waging a spiritual battle. The transformation might be good or evil. That must be the purpose of the High Priestess. She's trying to guide him.
So you think
The question is, who is
he
the
really
High
might be in
Priestess?
danger?
Oh, yes, dear. Gabriel's very essence is at stake. If he takes the wrong path with his powers, Imola and I will stay in town. You must let me know if anything else happens that we can read for clues. Let the Force use you.
But incredible, the woman's power seems to be real because her
I better
reading
go.
is very
Anytime
accurate.
you need us, stop by.
And be careful now.
Thanks.
Gracie found an ally. So, we asked everything, right?
I don't have anything else to say to the Smiths right now. I don't have anything to say to Herr Huber at the moment.
Page 2. The church. I don't think there's anything in the church at the moment, but let's go quick. By the way, Gerda wasn't in her usual spot this morning. So she went somewhere. We don't know
I
yet
wonder
where.
what kind of flowers these are.
I'm not spoiling. I'm gonna save here because I had a problem last time where the game kinda got stuck in a loop. Save. Let's go.
I don't want to disturb her.
There's nothing here. Let's go forward. Oh, actually, Gerda is here. I thought we'll be later. So, I don't think she will approach her, but let's see.
Gerda's here. I wonder what she's up to.
What do you think? Old games freeze and crash sometimes, yet it is. I had an instance where I couldn't get out of that screen of the door of the church. Couldn't click anywhere. The game wasn't frozen because I could go to the menus, but I couldn't do anything else. So now, finally, Gracie realizes that Gerda is not a rival for her. Look how guilty she feels.
Gerda was in love with Wolfgang.
Yeah? We had all the evidence. I mean, in her bedroom, we had a photo of Wolfgang signed by him, and the barkeeper told us about Wolfgang and Gerda having something between them. I mean, it was obvious, Gracie.
Boy, do I feel stupid or what.
Let's hope it doesn't crash. Oh! Yeah, it's still working. Ah, thanks God. Couldn't be a big deal. I mean, I could reload. So, I know what to do. So, I have to be honest. So, I mean... I don't know how to play not knowing what to do. Anyways, so the problem is that now Gracie is basically very sad about her behavior. So she wants to make up with Gerda. Thanks for the thumbs up, man. People do seem to like this one. Do you have any other Sierra Online game that you like? Or maybe LucasArts or other adventure games? I did play recently some Telltale series too. So what we need to do, basically find something to make peace with Gerda. We also need to find information about Ludwig, because that was in the letter sent by Gabriel. In the chapter 2, when we went down this hidden passage, we found some roses. And I believe if we pick them and give them to Gerda, we could make her happy. Phantasmagoria is definitely shivers. I never played it. I was intended to playing Phantasmagoria. I love the ending of Phantasmagoria 1. It goes so weird, man. I really look forward to play it on stream and show it up. Also, there is the Ripper. I'm not sure it's Sierra, the game, but it's very nice. Or called Ripper. Obviously, the story of Jack the Ripper. I did really enjoy it playing it in the 90s. So, let's take the flowers. The story was really good. I think I love a lot more 1 than 2. Even the end of the 2 was a bit gory, yeah, but didn't disturb me at all. I mean, I watched a lot worse on TV. So we got the roses. And we're going back to the church. Or we could go check the books. Since we're here. So we save a bit of time. Yes, but being old, I played them when they were released. I'm 44 still, to be honest, so I did play them on release too. Pretty old myself.
They're beautiful, but they
Yeah.
won't last long in my coat.
Super saturated, the colors of the rose. Those are really exceptional roses with that red. My first Sierra game was Space Quest 3, and I learned a lot of English from it, to be honest. I was doing really bad at school in English classes, and that game helped me really a lot. It really helped me. I remember the puzzle of the jumping off the pole. It's one of the most memorable when you are being chased by the Terminator. Then I played Police Quest 2, Leisure Suit Larry 1, and I was, I think, 10 years old when I played it. I didn't understand what it was a prophylactic, but I still managed to get one and use it.
I wish I could read these biographies of Ludwig. Wait a minute. Ludwig II, fairy tale king of Bavaria. I didn't see this before.
Okay, you got a new book.
English.
The thing is this, why she didn't let Gerda do the research? Obviously, she's jealous. But all the books here, excluding a couple, are in German. So Gerda probably would have done a better job. Very nice cover. Love the blue. Sir Richmond Chapkin. Fairy Tale King of Bavaria. Good fit. Cannot read this one. There's an address. Don't think you can call.
Ludwig remained throughout his life both very bright and very naive. He was an introvert who seemed to be constantly out of sync with traditional views of rulership, money, and human relationships.
About money, yes.
The world ever failed to match his ideals. Perhaps this was a fault of his sheltered upbringing as future king. He never was introduced to the real world, and the real world failed to interest him as an adult. In his youth, Ludwig was in fine physical condition and loved to hike alone in the Alps and ride horses. He had a hunting lodge, Schahen, specifically for this purpose. Unfortunately, in 1872, a rather traumatic hunting accident befell the king at Schahen, and his leg was cruelly damaged.
That's edge.
He never fully recovered from this incident, and his hiking and riding ceased. His physical health deteriorated from that time on, and explains why he looked so unhealthy in later years. A hunting accident?
Seems so. That's what's written at least. Next page. Yes, but oh, that I read it. Other than this is long
Other than his long-standing friendship with the Empress Elizabeth of Austria and with his mother, the relationships Ludwig attempted with others were nearly always a disappointment for him and a bewilderment for his partners. He would become obsessed with someone, a singer, an artist, a nobleman or a peasant, and would bombard them with gifts, praise, and favors. When they would fail to return the depths of rapturous passion he required, the singular adoration and humble obedience he expected, he would grow disappointed and cut himself off from them.
He had
The
low
objects of his interest
expectations,
were
right?
occasionally women, usually ones he fell in love with after seeing them in idealized roles on the stage, but they were more often young men who fit his fantasies of the heroic sagas like Lohengrin and Parsifal that he so loved. A good example of the king's obsessive behavior in relationships is the following letter from the Königlich Bayerische Archives, which this author was privileged to access. It is dated 1864, and it was written by Ludwig's manservant, Paul, to a friend. The king has been in high mood these days. The reason, of course, is a new interest. Thursday last, the king attended a performance of Lohengrin in the Wittelsbacher Theater. He came back in a fever, demanding that a man be found. The man, it was gathered, had been sitting in a box across from Ludwig and had drawn the king's attention by his beauty and his deep emotional response to the performance. The king declared that here at last is a sensitive soul. The man was tracked down and brought in for an audience. Upon my word, never have I seen any mind so in line with His Majesty's own. They discussed Wagner and France and Byron and all manner of things until long past dawn. The young man, beautiful indeed to look upon, met the king's enthusiasm and knowledge bit for bit. His Majesty has been in the thick of it ever since, and while I welcome his good temper, I grow tired of fetching letters back and forth to Louis, so called by His Majesty, that should tell you who the young man looks like, at all hours of the night. This author has not been able to learn much about Louis, but he was known to have been a seemingly high-bred foreigner, and he was involved with Ludwig as late as 1880, when he fell into disfavor.
Basically, the manservant worked like Skype or Discord, going back and forth all the hours of the day and night, sending letters. Can't imagine it. Yeah. That would probably piss him off.
The king, especially later in life, felt a great deal of guilt about his sensual nature. His diaries are full of repentant entries begging God for forgiveness and swearing to remain pure. In many of the diary entries, he swears to abstain from sexual relations. The number of these oath entries indicate that Ludwig was not very successful in resisting temptation, yet it is also clear that Ludwig was a God-fearing man and that, though his flesh might occasionally fall, he never surrendered his heart and his conscience to sin.
I wonder if... cannot spoil. It's still too early to write the letter, but since I'm here...
I'll write to Gabriel, soon as I have enough info to blow his little investigation out of the water.
Okay, we don't have information yet.
It wasn't worth picking up the first time.
She's so harsh about Gabriel's novel. Well, Gabriel has the good page with him. So let's go back to the church now. Making peace with Gerda is really important because at the moment doesn't have access to the car and cannot go check the places that Gabriel seeks. Making sure to remove my hand from the mouse at the time.
There. That's better, don't you think?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I was an idiot.
Oh.
Gabriel and I, we never.
I know. It's my fault. It's Gabriel's fault. He never tells me anything.
Why?
I don't know why he didn't want me on this case.
Maybe he
It's Gabriel's
Don't even
fault.
try to make excuses for him. Still, he's up to his neck in it, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Will you help me out with something?
Of course.
I have to do some research on Ludwig. I want to go see some of his castles.
True. She now have two allies
Take
because she
Gabriel's
also made
car.
an ally with the demon hunters.
There's
That's
a map
the
of southern
important thing,
Bavaria in the
Tikis,
car.
yeah.
Ludwig's castles are all marked.
Thanks.
You wouldn't find them through the letter written by Gabriel.
Good luck.
One description of the castle was chemistry something. Sure. I'm gonna find it. I don't think there is more to say, but let's click just in case.
I think she wants to be left alone.
Yep. Sorry, guys. So now we have the car key, so we should go to the car and start exploring the places. This is the favorite part of the game actually for me because I love art stuff and watching landscapes, castles, portraits, history in general, so I do love this a lot. In Gabriel Knight 3, my favorite part is the chapel. I loved it so much, it's so pretty. So we have the places to go already marked in the map. So we have 3 places, and if we press hint, we have to go to all 3 places. This one, obviously, we know what it is. It's a very outside Munich, like 2 hours away, right? And I cannot say the name of the castle. It's so hard for me to say. But it's a very famous tourist destination. Then we have Rittersberg, where we are now. And we have, I think, a museum in regards of Ludwig. Linking destinations, yeah, we know. Don't think it matters where we start. I love this place, but I think I should start from here. Let's start from here. We're going to Herrenschießmesse. Yeah, I'm doing it. Actually, I'm doing it. I was talking to a friend of mine and telling her that I really want to go to Munich to see these castles. Hopefully she is gonna accompany. We'll see. We'll see about that. I hope so. But I really want to go to Bavaria. It looks so beautiful. Oh, I remember this lady. She's totally unlike the post office girl. This one is so broody.
Guten Tag.
Look at her face. Oh, White Locks, how you doing, bud? Man, this woman doesn't like us at all from the start. How you doing, White Locks? How are you enjoying Dead Space?
Justice. Don't bother me again unless it's important.
Don't bother him.
Yeah? Hey, you're mine. This should
Nice. Look at the hood.
No empire is going to take yours
Still on.
from this son of Skyrim.
That requires skill, not cutting the hood, but cutting the head.
Just one.
Well done, White Locks. I don't think it's a problem that it's now covering my face. This I can put it a bit up. Yeah. Man, I'm really enjoying the best part of this game now, White Locks. We're going to... You like art, you like paintings, I don't know. But we are going like a tourist around museums in Bavaria. It's gonna be fun. At least it's fun for me. I miss this bit. I like to bite. Let's start.
Ich hätte gern eine Eintrittskarte fürs Museum.
Yes, good German.
8 Mark für eine Ganztagskarte.
Wow, she understood.
So,
Hey, you got a ticket.
Danke.
bitte.
Man, she's bitter. There was one more question we could have asked. I want to ask it. Because I love the interaction of the two men.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
She's lovely, man. Is this Ludwig Museum? Obviously is.
Ist das die Ludwig Museum?
Ja, ja. Ludwig der Zweite von Bayern.
Oh, she gave us his full... So we go around and pick everything. Let's start picking by here. So we have a number of letters written by Ludwig. We're going to read them one by one. This is the translation. This is the actual letter, I guess.
July 3rd, 1863. Elizabeth, you can have no idea, dear cousin, how happy you made me. The hours recently passed with you in the railway carriage I consider among the happiest in my life. Never will their memory fade. You gave me permission to visit you at Ischl. If the time comes for this ardent hope to be fulfilled, I shall be of all men upon earth the most blessed. The feelings of sincere love and reverence and faithful attachment to you, which I cherished in my heart even as a boy, makes me imagine heaven upon earth and will be extinguished by death alone.
Isn't he exaggerating
I
about
beg you
his
with all
cousin?
my heart to forgive the contents of this letter, but I could not help myself. Ludwig.
I guess he really liked his cousin. He was really young though, 63. Where he was born? Let me Google a bit. Ludwig II. Date of birth. And he was born in 45, so at that time he was 45 minus 63. 18 years old. Well, he was still a teen anyways.
July 3rd.
And was naive by,
July 3rd.
by the description. So that might fit a bit the information why he's writing letters like this to his cousin.
Elizabeth frequently gave Ludwig advice on royal conduct, hoping to protect him from unfavorable public opinion.
65,
March
same year,
1st,
guys, 18 years.
1865.
No,
My
the other one
dearest
was 63,
Eagle,
now he's 20.
You have not written me in a few months. I have missed you. I often try to imagine what you are doing. I hear tales that you have been on retreat and have not been seen in
I
Munich
think
for
you
some
can
time.
go left and right and not
I
need to
suspect
go
it is this new
out
friend
and
you
in.
wrote of
Oh,
so
thank you for telling me the
mysteriously that takes you
information. I will
away
use
from
that.
home. I hope you are enjoying yourself, my beloved, but I beg you to caution. The people need to see you at the throne. I also hesitate to suggest that what your officials do in your absence may not always be in your own best interest. You have always been a true king, but you must let the people see you to ensure that they don't forget that. E. Your dove.
They called each other Dove and Eagle. About this, here we are noticing that Ludwig is not doing his job. He's not going to state stuff and going on the throne and meeting people that need his instructions. He's letting all the work done by the ministers. So Elizabeth knew that trouble could be coming because of that. Next letter.
Ludwig's friends were concerned for his mental state long before his arrest.
78.
June 14th, 1878. My beloved Eagle, in your last letter you spoke so movingly of your torment that I was moved to tears. What is this torment? Why won't you confess to me what is truly troubling you? You must know that I would never despise you, no matter how horrible you believe your sins to be. Please do not write such barbs to my heart by even suggesting such things. If you do not wish to confess to me, at least tell me how I can aid you. I am always your true one, your dove.
The cousin was really close to him even after all these years. We started 63, now it's 78, so he's 30 years old, right? No, he's in 45, so 33 years old. Now he's much more an adult. And the key thing is the torment that he mentioned somewhere here. What is this torment? What is afflicting Ludwig? That is a key question that this game, sorry guys, will answer.
In this letter, dated November 1886, Elizabeth of Austria thanks Bishop Frank for his assistance in helping her fulfill Ludwig's last wishes. She writes that she knows it was an unusual request, but she believes Ludwig had reasons of his own for wishing it to be done. She hopes that his spirit finds peace at last. No further reference to this letter has ever been found. One can only speculate what the last wishes of a cornered and embattled Ludwig might have been.
Hey, Clash! How you doing, buddy?
What were his last wishes?
Yeah,
This place is giving me more questions
the
than
letter
answers.
wasn't there. The letter is here. Maybe you can read it. I'm gonna click it. But first, let's give a shout out to Clash. How you doing, man? You're home early today, I think.
What you want me to do, woman?
I don't know what you she wants you to do, man. It's sad though. With all that blushes, right? So let's check that last letter, guys. Last streaming was Cyberpunk. Oh yeah, you had started playing Cyberpunk, man. I'm looking forward for the DLC. Fortunately, we cannot read further down of it. I guess this is all that there is. Next, we have the picture. I don't think we can click on it, but I assume this is the picture of Elizabeth. We can. Oh.
One of Ludwig's few close friends was Empress Elizabeth of Austria. She was a distant cousin of the boy Prince, and he saw her often growing up. Graceful and beautiful, Elizabeth seemed to represent the feminine ideal to the younger Ludwig. Their friendship continued after her marriage, mainly by correspondence. She remained a source of stability for Ludwig throughout his life. In keeping with Ludwig's love of romance and drama, he called her the dove, and he to her was the eagle.
So that's confirmation of what we already learned about they being very close, and that Ludwig was called the eagle, was in one of the letters, and she was signing herself as the dove. Yeah, she was cute. I think I will watch this one.
Ludwig is Prince Charming. He played the part well.
I think this is the painting that they done in his coronation. So we have a few more things, and this one is interesting. Let's start with this. Hope there's a description about it.
Oh my God. That's the sleigh from my dream.
It is. There is a description on the left.
The midnight sleigh rides. Ludwig went on long sleigh rides in the middle of the night, particularly in his later years. It is said that he suffered from insomnia, headaches, and toothaches, and the rides soothed his restlessness. The sight of the king's grand sleigh speeding through the countryside of the Alps often startled the peasants and became a superstitious omen of ill fortune. I can see why. But what was he doing out there at night?
And we had the dream where Gracie was being chased by wolves, and a sleigh stopped, like offering rescue to Gracie. Took the hand of the passenger of the sleigh and jumped in, but the passenger turned to a wolf himself. What does that mean? The symptoms, yeah, the symptoms, man. I think we know what it could be.
Ludwig embarking on his sleigh.
This looks very comfy here, like it has a blankie, cushions. Is that
Ludwig's death mask. Wow.
We cannot check this. Oh, we can. 2 more letters. Hey, Ginger, how you doing, man? Nice seeing you, buddy. I'm doing very well now. I still have a bit of cough, but that's all.
Not fair. Well, that's not his string. Or nothing. All wrong. Now, show me the way out. We must go and get something first.
Trust Gollum. He was not going to betray you, right? I'm glad to hear. Hoping, yeah, it's gone, I think. I think it's gone. It's just like the full recovery is not yet, but I went running this morning and it was fine and did my workout. You're more than welcome, man. Thanks for stopping by again. So we are playing Gabriel Knight and we're doing chapter 4, finding information about a history personage, a real one, Ludwig II of Bavaria.
December 14th, 1881, Linderhof. Order another work by Jennings on the occult. Write urgently to Klug saying that I insist that the stoppages by the bank cease. I want it, and therefore it must be done. Write very urgently. He must succeed at once, and then must report to me urgently. If I give orders to clear my room, doing so must not be postponed as it happened. Pencils must be pointed without special orders. The day after tomorrow, 1,000 marks. How is Louis now? I want to know whether he looks unhappy. How often have I said that the coffee must not come up boiling hot, so that it can only be drunk after standing an hour? If any more correspondence come from Louis, they are to be burnt immediately, but I am to be informed of their arrival.
Who wrote this letter? Now I'm getting confused. I want, therefore it must be done. So stoppages by the bank is because I think the king was broke because of the projects building palaces and the luxuries within. Him needing work on the occult makes sense because he was interested in the subject for personal reason. Him being close with Louis, we knew about it, we read it in a letter, in a book. But who wrote this? Linderdorf? Who's Linderdorf?
December 14th, 1881, Linderhof. Order another work by Jennings on the occult. Write urgently to Klug saying that I insist that the stoppages by the bank cease. I want it, and therefore it must be done. Write very urgently. He must succeed at once, and then must report to me urgently. If I give orders to clear my room, doing so must not be postponed as it happened. Pencils must be pointed without special orders. The day after tomorrow, 1,000 marks. How is Louis now? I want to know whether he looks unhappy. How often have I said that the coffee must not come up boiling hot, so that it can only be drunk after standing an hour? If any more correspondence come from Louis, they are to be burnt immediately, but I am to be informed of their arrival.
Hey, Lizzie, how you doing? I'm a bit confused about why the king would want Louis' letters to be burnt immediately, but he's worried about him. Yeah, but I don't have to read it. This is the good thing about this game. I don't have to read anything. Are you going to give another try today to the hero?
But since this game takes
good.
quite
Just a little
while
bit of
to
cough.
complete, let's just go.
But I think now I completely recovered.
Oh, fuck. Elden Ring is still in there. Wait a second. I am going to insert the disc because I'm a dumb hoe. Yes, I'm a potato, Joyce. Give me a second. I'm going to insert the disc of my PlayStation because I can't emphasize enough. I'm
That's a bit harsh, Rit. That happens. If I haven't used my Xbox in the last 10 years, I think, but if I turn it on, I'm sure there's a disc inside. I'm sure. Yeah, I want to see that. Man, that last boss is so tough. But might be the toughest part. The second version of him might be the toughest phase. I do, because I am like, I will play it tomorrow, then it passes a year and I don't play it. Happens so much. So this is one of my favorite parts of the game, because we are basically going around Bavaria, tourist spots, and reading stuff from museums, looking at paintings, things like that. He did, but at least you got the first phase down. Let's read the second one.
These are actual notes from Ludwig to his servants. They go far in showing the king's state of mind.
True.
They were smuggled out and used as evidence in compiling the order for Ludwig's arrest.
Oh, so Ludwig was arrested. Another letter. This one is very short.
December 18th, 1881, Linderhof. Every day get up earlier, for certain. See to that very particularly. Write it down. Remember that when the great friend arrives at Neuschwanstein, we retire to the hall. We are not to be disturbed. I will not tolerate interference or insubordination.
By the way, the great friend, I can tell it who is. He's Wagner, the composer. The composer was broke when he was in Vienna and totally bankrupt. But he lucked out, having found friendship with Ludwig, who financed him to write new operas and continue his lavish lifestyle. I don't want to say that Wagner exploited Ludwig, but I don't trust that very much. Oh, how are you doing, Gamma? You're not interrupting. Oh, I was going to write a soul clip, but I remember you don't stream, right? So there's still more to read. So this is the same poster that there was in the inn.
I have no idea what that says. Looks old, though.
I want to say this is a brochure made by Ludwig himself. After they tried to arrest him to promote himself in the eye of the public, like he is the legitimate ruler of Bavaria, and he's still in sound state of mind. However, that brochure never made it to the public because he managed to print it, but did not manage to deliver the printouts to the public. I should have told you, but you were at work, right, Amma? So I thought... Let's start reading. 1886. So this is at the end of the life of Ludwig.
June 7th, 1886. A group of men arrive at Neuschwanstein Castle, demanding to take the king in custody. With them is Dr. Guden, the doctor who had been in charge of Otto, the king's mentally ill brother. The men have an order for the king's arrest on the grounds of insanity. They are refused admittance by a brave group of farmers and local soldiers who have come to Ludwig's aid. They are forced to retreat to nearby Hohenschwangau. This is the first Ludwig hears of the conspiracy. Ludwig composes a pamphlet explaining the subversive acts of the conspirators and eloquently pleading with his people for aid. The pamphlet is smuggled out of Neuschwanstein and printed, but the pamphlets are seized before they can be distributed.
I thought I read this on Wikipedia, not on the game. I wouldn't have told it if...
June 12, 1886. Ludwig knows the conspirators will return. He despairs. He asks his servant for the keys to the tower. The servant, fearing the king intends suicide, says the key is lost. Unbeknownst to Ludwig, the conspirators arrive at the castle. This time, there is no one to stop them. Ludwig is lured from his bedroom to the entry hall of Neuschwanstein on pretense. There, he is taken into custody. Ludwig is taken by carriage from Neuschwanstein to Berg, where his brother Otto had long been imprisoned. This is a great blow to the king's state of mind. While on the way, the group stops at Seeshaupt to change horses. Ludwig asks to see the postmistress, Frau Vogel. She brings him a glass of water and he says something to her. She never reveals these last words to anyone.
After Ludwig died, Otto was made the next king, following king. Even though he's...
if I can't fix it, it ain't
interned.
broke.
Thanks for hydrate. Not much. Most of the game is pretty accurate, except the fact that it was a potential werewolf. Yeah, that part probably is not historically accurate. But that's one interesting bit in the game. I really love it that they inserted that. And I did check the Wikipedia about Ludwig to know a bit about it, and I think I also read this information on Wikipedia. I do found his life very interesting.
June 13th, 1886. At Berg, Ludwig seems cooperative and coherent. Dr. Guden writes to the government that he has Ludwig well under control.
Dr. Guden.
The two men go out for a walk, and Dr. Guden is so confident he dismisses the guards. When Ludwig and the doctor do not return after several hours, a search is undertaken. The bodies of the two men are found in the lake, drowned. Circumstances unknown.
Don't tell me that's not sus. And it actually happened. I mean, he was along with the doctor and they found them dead. Imagine that.
June 18th, 1886. Ludwig's funeral procession marches
If I
through the
can't
streets
fix
of
it,
Munich,
it ain't
followed
broke.
by enormous crowds of mourners. The
Thanks
service
for
is
the
held at a
post-share
packed
check.
St. Michael's Church.
How are you doing, Apex?
Lightning strikes the church during the service, but no one is harmed. Ludwig's body is entombed in the Wittelsbach crypt at St. Michael's. His heart is placed in an urn in the pilgrimage
Why?
chapel at Altading in the Wittelsbach tradition. The urn is shown
Oh,
to
it's
the
a
right.
tradition.
His heart is in an urn. How bizarre.
Yeah, it is bizarre. I mean, so we know that Ludwig is dead for sure because if you are aware if you remove the heart, you still die. But it's bizarre. I mean, Egyptian used to take organs and put them in jars. I mean, not the first time that's been done. Not normal. Scars placed in the urn in the pilgrimage chapel of Altading was the tradition. It's a tradition that they have.
June 18th, Ludwig's body.
That's interesting. Last days. So we've seen the death mask. We've seen the stage. This was from the introduction of the chapter. We've seen the poster that he had done, right? And we've seen the main painting, the one of coronation. We've seen the letters he wrote to his cousin, the picture of his cousin, and I think we've seen everything. So basically, this is the first place, the Ludwig Museum. Next place we are going is a place I want to visit in real life. I'm definitely going though. We're going to Neustatten. I hope I said it not too bad. How you doing, Apex? Thanks for stopping by, man. I believe that the name Fairy Tale King came after building this castle, man. It's so pretty. So this I think is the tour guide, right? Tour take.
Our tour begins in the entry hall. Ludwig II lived from 1845 to 1886. He assumed the Bavarian throne at the age of 18 when his father died. Ludwig's passion was building castles. He built 3 during his lifetime.
A lot.
Linderhof, Herrenchiemsee, and Neuschwanstein. Plans for a 4th castle, Alkenstein, were underway when he died. In addition to his obsession with building, Ludwig also had a passion for classical heroic German mythology, a taste he shared with the German opera composer Richard Wagner. Neuschwanstein is decorated throughout with themes from these stories, most of which directly relate to Wagner's operas.
Ludwig, definitely there's something to love about his love of art and music. Yeah, that I can really love. What? I can't say I don't like him, it's a trait of him, but his statesmanship is his weak point. He wasn't a good statesman. I don't think he was suited to become a king. So we have to thank him for the castle and sponsoring art and sponsoring music from Wagner. So a lot to like by him. Neuschwanstein. I cannot say the word. So let's look at the paintings. There's some issues in the shoulders, I think, and in the size of the head in relation to the size of the body. But let's forget about that.
These scenes seem to tell a story, but I have no idea what story.
Definitely Norse mythology, from the operas of Wagner.
The paintings in this room are from the Siegfried saga.
That's all.
These scenes are from the Siegfried saga.
Now she knows.
These scenes are from the Siegfried saga. These scenes seem to tell a story, but I have no idea what story.
This is a beautiful alfresco. Like the perspective, the environmental perspective there, that the towers are barely seen, how it blends with the sky. I like the volume of the beard, very real. I like the shadows, not exaggerated. The drawing is very precise and detailed. This is beautiful, man.
The paintings in this room are from the
Phantasmagoria, I played it. I played the first one, but not the second one. And the first one, I really want to play it on stream, man. Come on. Nice seeing you, buddy. The first one ending is so epic. I want everyone to see it. I want everyone to enjoy that game. And I want to play a game that maybe some of you know. It was originally on the 3DO. Then they made it on Saturn. Then they made it on the PlayStation 1. It's called an adventure game, FMV game. I believe it's good, but I didn't have the chance to play it. Oh, you know, D is very wacky, very, very, very weird game. And I love it when he calls Nora. Extremely funny. It's a serious story. It should be a horror, but it's extremely funny game. And there was the 2. I remember they made another one. And they also made, the same group also made a game that takes place in space. And this is inspired by Alien. That also could be a game to play. But I hope to finish that in one stream. P is a game that you can finish in 2 hours. It's not really long. Oh, you're not streaming. Oh. But, come on, I also have Invisible Wars in the playlist for the games that I'm going to play.
The paintings in this room are from the Siegfried saga.
Oh, no, that. Guys, when it comes to painting, I love looking at them. So expect me to spend a lot of time.
I wonder where that door leads.
I think this is the tower. No, it cannot be the tower. Could be, but Ludwig went here to the entrance where he was captured, was lured to the entrance where he was captured. However, the bedroom is being seen from the entrance. That's quite odd. You can see the bedroom from here.
The closed door leads to the tower, which is not part of the tour. The king was making his way to this very door when he was arrested in 1886.
He didn't have the key. How could he go? No worries, man. I thought you were a speedrunner in regards of Deus Ex. So I was so sure you were streaming. Look at this beautiful bedroom, this beautiful bed, guys. Let's listen to the tape. Oh, wait. We go outside. Can we talk to the dude? No, the dude is not there.
You are now standing in the king's bedroom. The theme of the bedroom is Tristan and Isolde, the tragic love story retold in Wagner's opera. The opera was given its first performance in Munich in 1865, and a 20-year-old Ludwig attended. This is probably the most elaborate and expensive bedroom ever created. It took 14 wood carvers 4.5 years to create this room. It was this kind of extravagance that bankrupted the king. In the years before his death, he found it increasingly difficult to find money from any source.
By the way, Tristan and Isolde is an old medieval story. It's been told from the 12th century. It's basically about an illicit love between Isolde, which was a princess, and Tristan, which was a knight. And it had a lot of stuff like love potions and affairs and stuff. It was a nice story. It wasn't an original story by Wagner, what I mean. Let's talk to the guy.
I don't think the guards want to be bothered while on duty.
Oh, Sedge. I thought it was more like a guide.
Did they have running water in 1886?
Lots of wrinkles for spiders and dust to hide. Yeah. That's a lot to clean every week, I guess. Better not having something like this.
Did they have running water in 1886?
I think Romans had running waters in not in Pompeii, but they found some towns with running water pipes, though.
Did they have running water in 1886?
Yes, they did.
Maybe Ludwig thought all this luxury would help him sleep. Maybe Ludwig thought all this luxury would help him sleep. Maybe Ludwig thought all this luxury would help him sleep.
There's nothing to interact with. And in all honesty, I don't think I can, in front of the guard, go check inside of the furniture. Doesn't make sense if I could.
Scenes from the opera Tristan and Isolde.
This is not as good as the one with the beard, Story of Siegfried, the second one. This looks like a postcard, like a pin-up girl. Also, the body seems a bit odd.
Scenes from the opera Tristan and Isolde.
So we can go either here, here, or here. Let's start from here. And to wash, look like Tiziano or Botticelli. Tiziano was extremely colorful. And you didn't see a lot of drawing from Titian because he used a lot of glazes and the drawing would vanish from the sfumate between colors and colors. While Giotto, because it was way earlier, they emphasized more drawing than colors, and the drawings were very, very strong in the paintings and still very visible, with hard edges being one of the features outlining all the figures, clothing, and elements of the composition. So if I had to say, it would look more like Giotto's level. The thing is that it doesn't look like performed right because it's like being a separate image cut out and placed over the background. It's not like blending in. It doesn't feel like a cohesive whole. It's like the figures are three separate units and not blending like a cohesive painting. It's a bit like an illustration I would expect from a picture book instead of something done by a masterful artist. And this one basically looks like a postcard drawing. I don't know who's the artist, but it doesn't feel inspired. It doesn't has any wow factor. And even the proportions of the bodies don't seem that good. Looks like Mozart. Which one? The dude here? It looks like either a knight or one of the apostles for me. So we are not in the office. No, this is not the office. This one looks pretty though. I love the gold gilding there. Man, this is beautiful. Because it has an effect of light that immerses all the elements of the painting and make them more cohesive together. And what I like in painting sometimes is just the effect of light, and this one has a lot of it.
The Miracle of the Grail.
So we are having a lot of paintings about legends, most of them from the medieval.
The Miracle of the Grail.
That's all. Not much explaining, guys.
These linens look seriously expensive.
They are.
And seriously old. These linens look seriously expensive and seriously old.
Oh, the guard is following us. She's way taller than us, than Gracie.
I don't think the guards want to be bothered while on duty.
She's leaving. Her hair is really long. Oh, the swan.
More swans.
This swan looks like a good painting. I love this sideboard here. Or side table. I like it a lot. What's this? Oh wait, let's go back, guys. What's there? A tape?
The swan motif is featured throughout the castle, but it is particularly prominent
Legend
in
came
this
a lot
room.
later.
Both the swan and the lily were symbols Ludwig associated
And
with
his skill
himself.
is incomparable to
They
these. though, to be
represented
honest.
his ideals of majesty and purity. The painting behind the swan shows Lohengrin's arrival.
Alright, it finished. In the National Museum of Natural History in Malta, we have a skeleton of a swan 2 meters tall from neck to tail. Not the wingspan. That's amazing. That's amazing. I wish there were still swans like that, though. I wish there were still swans that big. Maybe not if they are vicious.
I can almost picture Ludwig in here. I wonder what he really dreamt about in this room.
This is a very interesting room. Doesn't fit the rest of the castle, right?
This is a reproduction of the grotto from the Tannhäuser saga. In
Oh,
such
understood.
places, Ludwig would pretend he was one of his beloved mythic heroes. As the grotto personifies, the castles were solitary playgrounds built for Ludwig alone.
That's
He
sad.
believed the
Very good.
masses were too coarse to appreciate fine art, and he seldom entertained guests. In fact, Ludwig had a standing order that upon his death, the castles were to be destroyed. Fortunately, the estate was in such debt that the castles were opened for paying tours only weeks after Ludwig's death. They haven't closed since. It is one of the great ironies of Ludwig's story that the castles that he was thought insane for building are now considered Bavaria's finest treasures.
They are really
They have
the most
paid for their
beautiful places to
construction
visit.
many times over.
And she's back! Man, we cannot interact with the guard. That's so sad.
I don't think the guards want to be bothered while on duty. I can almost picture Ludwig in here. I wonder what he really dreamt about in this room.
So the guard arrives after we go inside of the places. Can we touch stuff before the guard arrives? Let's check.
Pretty nice place to work.
Yes. It doesn't leave a lot of spaces to write on the desk if you have so much stuff there. In England, they are so territorial, they will chase you if you try to walk at the canal. Man, yeah, seriously, we have that size of swans. We have two animals that are really famous in Malta, both extinct, unfortunately. We had pygmy elephants, like the size of big dogs. So basically, the elephant would be like this size. When they are adult, they would still have long tusks, but they were really small, large heads. And we had the big swans. Those were the two most famous animals we have in the National History Museum. Other than that, most things we have is fish. We have a lot of fish. If you come to Malta, I'll take you there, but it would be mostly seeing fish. Which I like. And there are butterflies too.
Pretty nice place to work. I doubt there's anything left in there now. Besides, the guard would kill me if I touched it.
Nah, I won't kill you. He will just throw you out. Very strong outlines.
The study paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser Saga in the Wartburg Castle. The study paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser Saga in the Wartburg Castle. The study paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser Saga in the Wartburg Castle.
There's still one more painting here, I think. Oh, this one has very pretty and sweet faces.
The study paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser Saga.
Obviously, there's issues with the net.
Pretty nice place to work.
Imagine having an office this colorful and this bright, guys. I would love working doing paperwork here.
I don't think the guards want to be bothered while on duty.
Oh, there's a wolf there. Let me check something. Not this. Let me press this. Is it open? Yeah. And what I want to check if I can write notes. I forgot about if I can write notes myself. No, I can't. Alright, just to make sure.
Why would Ludwig have wolf paintings in his castle?
He liked wolves. There was one.
Why would Ludwig have wolf paintings in his castle? I don't think the guards want to be bothered while on duty.
Engelhard and the blacksmith. Engelhard and the blacksmith.
I cannot tell you information about this opera, guys, because I cannot even understand the name she's saying. No, nothing. There is no tour tape.
This is the final room of our tour, the Singers' Hall.
Anything with feathers.
It was modeled
yeah, you like
the
them.
Singers' Hall of the Wartburg Castle,
we didn't have
where
crocodiles.
minstrel competitions were held in the 13th century. The hall was built for small private concerts, but Ludwig himself never gave one here. It is said that during the last few years of Wagner's life, he came to Neuschwanstein frequently and performed for the king alone in this room. The hall is probably best known for its enigmatic wolf paintings. The original paintings were from the Parsifal saga, but in 1882, Ludwig had them replaced, supplying the description and titles of the new paintings himself. While all the other rooms in the castle show scenes from Wagner's operas, the scenes in this room are not from any opera that anyone can identify. It is yet another of the many mysteries associated
a missing opera from Wagner, guys. Isn't that Pog?
King.
Imagine if it was true there was an opera no one heard. It'd be exciting to be able to be the one to hear it first. Or even second, I mean. Still exciting. Yeah, lots of wolves.
Hildegunde's imprisonment.
Oh, enjoy the food. What you brought? What you brought? Engelhard. Thanks, Ama. Thanks a lot.
Hildegunde's imprisonment.
Hildegunde's.
Hildegunde's imprisonment.
I'm sorry, I can't these names. I can't say them.
The wedding feast of Hildegunde and the Baron.
Hildegunde. Oh, poor dog. Man.
The death of Engelhard.
Oh, Engelhard was the dog. I mean wolf. So sad. This is a touching painting. I wouldn't want it.
The Death of Engelhart.
I wouldn't want it. That would depress me.
Nice view of the Alps.
True. Imagine having a view like this. Did we check everything here? This one. We did check it too, right?
Engelhart courts Hildegunde.
Oh, he became a wolf. That's a pretty tower on the back. I made bibimbap. It's a Korean rice dish. You've been to Korea, right? That sounds really good.
Engelhart and the blacksmith.
So this is the blacksmith. He looks like a wizard, to be honest. I'm really sus about him being a blacksmith. I hope I clicked everything because...
This is the final room of our tour. The hall was...
There must be...
I think I did click everything. This, I checked.
The hunters tracked down Engelhart and Hildegunde.
I think I checked all the places here. And that's unfortunate. There is one more museum, guys, though. Even though it's not on the map at the moment, so the museum tour for the day is not finished yet. Oh, I didn't go to the chapel, yes.
That's an unusual depiction of the Madonna. That's an unusual depiction of the Madonna.
The stained glass window depicts St. Louis receiving the last sacraments.
Okay. No tour tape.
This is Ludwig's private chapel. The king was
I studied there for half a year. Korean cuisine is so good. I assume it's very tasty and rich.
The Roman Church even when other European countries were dominated by Protestantism.
Maybe a bit oily.
It's a beautiful crucifix. Ivory and gold.
Here's the nice crucifix.
It's a beautiful crucifix. Ivory and gold.
I'm a bit creeped out by crucifix in general. I mean, it's a person on a cross. Not something I would want.
The Black Madonna of El Tadin. I wonder what her story is all about.
Especially at that size. So I didn't hear the tour tape. Did he mention about removing his face?
This is Ludwig's private chapel. The king was a devout Catholic, as were all of the Wittelsbacher rulers. They supported the Roman Church even when other European countries were dominated by Protestantism.
Oh, didn't mention it. There was a lot of depictions of Ludwig in the paintings, and he removed them all. The religious ones.
It's a beautiful crucifix. The Black Madonna of El Tadin. I wonder what her story is all about.
Not mentioned. I'm not sure if I read that from the Wikipedia then.
I don't think the guards want to be bothered while on duty.
The rest is stuff I had missed.
In the corner is a brown tiled stove with clay figures of Tristan and Isolde.
I really like Tristan and Isolde.
Grace Nakamura.
Yep, that's Grace Nakamura.
I don't think the guards want to be...
That's it. I think we have to go back to Rittersberg and try to talk to Gerda about the information we found. If I press hint, there is still more to be done here. That surprises me. I'm still going to speak to Gerda first.
Schloss.
Hi, Gerda. I'm back.
Good.
There could be something I've forgotten. I'm thinking about that.
Gerda? Yes?
Have you heard from Gabriel at all?
No, Grace, I'm sorry.
Never mind.
That's Edge. So we don't have anything else? Maybe. Show her the book.
I'm not sure why she'd...
Maybe call the professor. Could be a thing. Yeah, I should call the professor maybe. Check again the post office. Don't think that would be a thing.
A ticket to the Ludwig Museum.
8 Deutschmarks. Expensive.
I'm not sure why she...
Gabriel bought a cool clock with 60 Deutschmarks. This is the letter that we had found.
I'm not sure why she'd want...
What's this? This is a letter by Gabriel. Professor's letter. I mean, telephone number. That's what I'm going, the purse and this. Alright. Where I'm going to go is trying to call the professor. Gosh, I don't know what I missed. And in 2 locations.
Professor Barkley will call when he finds out something.
Oh, he's the one to call us. Let's check.
I'm not sure what other case books would be relevant. There's nothing else on... Nothing else I can use.
So nothing here. Here there's nothing to talk about. Going in the end probably wouldn't help. Post office we need to wait for the church. I think there could be something. In front of the church. Here. No, the flowers.
I wonder
didn't
what
grow.
kind of flowers.
But should be in this chapter they grow. Dun, dun, dun. There's nothing on that side. Maybe I try this door. Maybe he's back.
Guess they're closed.
Yep. Checking everything. The Smiths.
Are the Smiths in their room?
Yeah, I believe so.
Could you ask them to come down, please?
We don't need to talk to them.
Yeah, natürlich.
You know the Smiths? They are super funny, man. But I don't think I need to speak to the Smiths.
Now you just tell Merle what's going on.
Maybe. Let's see. Ludwig dream. Oh, we have some new things.
I had a dream last night. I didn't remember it at first, but I saw something today at one of the museums.
What was the dream?
I was being chased in the woods by wolves. And I saw a sleigh. Ludwig was inside. He pulled me up, and I thought I was safe. But then he turned into a wolf.
That he did.
So what do you think, Mother?
A dream of rescue is a spiritual guide dream. The High Priestess in Gabriel's cards must be linked to Ludwig somehow.
What do the wolves represent?
I'm a psychic, dear, not Freud. But the warning I got was about the black wolf, wasn't it? And the wolves in the dream. It must be the same danger.
It's so frustrating. The more I find out, the more questions I have.
Why don't you try a little communicating of your own? Ludwig's the link. Appeal to him. The answers may not come right away, but at least you'll give the guide something specific to say the next time she contacts you.
Isn't there any way that you could, you know, do a psychic reading on Ludwig or something?
To tell you the truth, I've been trying all day to make contact, but I only feel great despair. Ludwig's soul is not at peace.
His soul wasn't at peace. I think he's still roaming the earth.
I'd better go.
Yeah.
Anytime you
Probably
need
he
us,
was,
stop
actually, Emma.
by.
Be careful now.
Thanks.
Or a werewolf. Or a real wolf. We have to explain what his mother did to make a wolf as a son then. Let me check again the flowers. Maybe they grown now. Maybe it just needed that event. Nope.
I wonder.
I do believe I have to pick them up in this chapter. Did I miss...
At least I have the car keys now.
Yeah, I have the car keys. Did I miss anything though in the museum? Did I miss a place? I had the information about Wagner already, so we should go to the Wagner Museum. All of these are still highlighted red. We still have tasks left. I'm going to start back from here. No, wait. I'm going to speak to the girl first.
I don't have anything to ask Gerda right now.
Edge.
At least I have.
Definitely forgetting something. I should be able to go to the Wagner Museum, I believe. Why it's not listed in the map? I already checked everything, but let's do it quick.
Elizabeth frequently marched. Ludwig's friend June.
This we already read them.
In no further.
Just to make sure that we clicked on everything. This. Oh, we didn't see the pictures actually. We didn't see these.
They certainly make an incredible looking couple. They certainly make an incredible looking. They certainly make an incredible looking couple.
It was very stylish. What else we could have missed?
One of Ludwig. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Ludwig is Prince Charming. He played the part well. I don't have anything to say to her at the moment.
Edge. I love her. She's so... not... Console is ready. Mela, the bugger started. Ha. What did I click? The bugger started. Type exit to return to the game. Thank you. Exit, close the game. It's fine, but I didn't save it now, but that should be fine because once you know the words, you just click everything. It would be fast. It would be fast. Man, I don't know why it did it though. No clue. It's fine, it's fine. No worries. So I have to switch this. Window to this. Go one back. A bit smaller. This size. Alright. So wait a second. If I go to cancel, there should be autosave, which doesn't work. So
Gerda's here.
alright. Do I have the roses here? No. It will be fine, guys. It will take a moment. I'm rushing stuff. First thing was picking up the rose so that we can get the car keys.
I'll leave the other rose.
Oh, she got the roses. Let me check the inventory. Yep. Sissy was from Bavaria. Sissy was the girl that you showed me a video of, right, Amma? The one that had the argument with the gypsy. That was a fun video. Let me check if I got the book, since I'm here. I might not have gotten it yet. Was her Elizabeth?
I wish I could read the...
Nothing else I can...
Wait, did you open the letter yet?
Gracie, you decided... Don't worry.
What? Nothing else I can... There's nothing...
Did I
I'm
get
not
the
sure
book?
what other...
Let me check if I got the book. Yeah, I had it already.
Other than this... When they would fail to... A good example... The king has... His Majesty... This... The king... In many...
I'm trying to do everything. I hope I don't forget the important stuff. Franz Joseph Empress. Thanks for the detail there. When did it look like here?
I'll write to Gabriel.
I don't know her, to be honest.
As soon as I...
But I will check her out.
Who should I call? Who should I call?
We know the answer, guys. Wait, can we call the dude of the book?
I'm not sure.
Nope, cannot. I'm curious why I don't have access to the Wagner Museum, though. Because I remember it. There also is that mask there. There's a dude that tells us a lot of information about Wagner. There's a book with information about him that finally opens. There's a lot of stuff. Sure what I forgot in there. I have to remember to save often. So the scene, I'll let you watch it, guys. Remember how nasty Gracie was with Gerda in chapter 2? Now they are going to make peace. Don't think a lot of you were here when I played it, Elvis. If you missed it, guys, that's the tulip of Wolfgang. Gerda used to love him. He's the great uncle of Gabriel.
There. That's better, don't you think? I'm so sorry. I was an idiot.
He was.
Gabriel and I, we never...
I know. It's my fault.
It is.
It's Gabriel's fault. He never tells me anything.
No, it's not Gabriel's fault. Come on.
I don't know why he didn't want me on this case.
Maybe he just...
Don't even try to make excuses for him.
But we already had hints about
He's up to his neck in it, I think.
Gerda loving Wolfgang. I mean, she has his picture in his her
Will
room.
you help me out with something?
With her sign. The barkeeper
Of course.
told us about them. For Gabriel, even Clash.
Have to do some research on Ludwig. I want to go see some of his castles.
I want to go too, to be honest.
Take Gabriel's car.
Oh, she keeps the key. Just to make sure Gracie
There's a
doesn't
map
steal
of
them.
southern Bavaria in the car. Ludwig's castles are all marked.
Not the castles that I want.
Thanks.
Good luck.
They made peace now. Oh, that's super interesting. By the way, Amma, should I watch that movie of the clip that you sent me?
I think she wants to be left alone.
Probably.
Those look better.
Do you know anything about Snake Suspicious, though? Well, depends who's asking it. I mean, if I ask it about spiders, maybe I have a genuine interest about them. The one of the gypsies. I'll make sure to save. True? I'll make sure to save now. So now I can go back to the tours. Actually, before I go to the tours, let's speak to the lady here. Oh, we already spoke to her then.
I don't have anything to say to Herr Huber at the moment.
Then it happens afterwards. So we were doing good. We were still progressing. Well, in part ended badly for Sissy. Oh, that's Sedge.
At least I have.
I'm not really a fan of sad movies. I have to admit that, but endings, I don't like them a lot in movies. I still don't know why I don't have the Wagner one.
These scenes seem...
The paintings in this room are from the Siegfried Saga. The paintings in this room are from the Siegfried Saga. Our tour begins in the entry hall. Ludwig II lived from 1845 to 1886. He assumed the Bavarian throne at the age of 18 when his father died. Ludwig's passion was building castles.
It's not
He
too
built
bad, maybe
3
it's
during
watchable
his
for me.
lifetime.
Oh,
In
we already
addition
heard
to
it.
his
I wonder where that door leads.
The closed door leads to the tower, which is not...
I wonder why Ludwig was going to the tower the night he... I wonder why...
No, why?
That's an unusual depiction. It's a beautiful...
I'm skipping all the text, guys, obviously, because we heard this.
The stained glass window
Lizzie got ill
depicts
after
Saint
she
Louis
put cold water on her.
receiving the last sacrament.
Oh, that's Sedge. Went to healing Greece and she actually got well. But she had a troubled life.
The stained glass window
Playing the game must be a
depicts
pain
Saint
if
Louis
you...
receiving the last sacrament.
Luckily, I like it. And, you know, Clash, there is a new opera written just for this game. We're going to see it, I think, in chapter 6. Hear it and see it. Maybe I'm spoiling too much. Not
this
maybe.
Is Ludwig's private
She missed
chapel.
Bavaria, but
the
she
king
made
was a devout Catholic,
a difference in international
as were
regime.
all of the Wittelsbacher rulers. They supported the Roman Church even when other European countries were dominated by Protestantism.
There basically was their role, right? Being forefront of foreign relations, like foreign ministers.
The stained glass window. Scenes from the opera Tristan and scenes from the
Maybe Ludwig thought all this luxury would help him sleep. Did they have running water in 1886?
Knows? I can Google it if you want.
These linens look seriously expensive.
The miracle of the Grail. This is the king's living.
More swans.
Maybe this is the swan I forgot to
The
click.
swan motif is featured throughout the castle.
Who was
but it is
regent queen
particularly
on the side of Franz
prominent in
Joseph, but
this
she was
room.
chosen as Empress of Hungary.
Both the swan and
interesting.
the lily were symbols Ludwig associated with himself.
She must have had
They
the one
represented
interesting
his
life.
ideals of majesty and purity. The painting behind the swan shows Lohengrin's arrival.
Cannot click on the painting, unfortunately.
I can almost picture Ludwig in here. I wonder what he really drew.
This is a reproduction of the grotto from the Tannhaus as the grotto person. In fact, it is one of the study painting. The study paintings. The study painting. This is the king's, his
I doubt there's anything left in there now.
I would check.
I wonder why he was studying the occult
When she
before
actually
he
attended to
died.
that ball, which made the difference, because people wanted to leave, but when she asked for a dance, they changed opinion. Oh, that's interesting. It feels like it's a movie scene, to be honest. It's like that happened.
I wonder why
Maybe
he
they
was
took
studying
inspirations
the
in
occult
movies,
before he
which
died.
is like that could happen in real life. I'm not shit enough to imagine myself as a swan. Neither myself. I could imagine myself as a turtle, though. I would live a life of a turtle.
I wonder why he was studying the occult before.
This is the king's study. Ludwig spent much time at his desk writing letters. His reluctance to meet.
Yeah, the thing about movies is that even when they are based on historical events, right, they sometimes change things to make it more dramatized.
Why would Ludwig have wolf paintings in his castle?
I have an idea.
This is the final room of our tour.
That might be a self-portrait of himself as a wolf.
It was modeled after the Singers' Hall of the Bad
Blacksmith.
Engelhard.
Now I know it's the blacksmith.
Engelhard courts Hildegunde.
Hildegunde.
The hunter's track. This is the final room of our tour, the Singers' Hall. The hall was built. The hall is probably Hildegunde's. The wedding. The death of
That was a very such painting.
Ludwig's.
I think we checked everywhere.
This is the final. The hall.
I'm gonna save again. I'm doing another one because the game seems like it's a bit slower than before. Oh, this is exit. It was went everywhere. There was an acceptable on a woman who asked men for a dance. Man, they were so harsh. Probably the men were overjoyed to be asked to be, and just like
the paintings in this room are from the.
Too shy to admit it.
These scenes are from the Siegfrieds.
The painting.
These scenes.
I would definitely be flattered.
I wonder why Ludwig.
You know why? Maybe I forgot this painting. No, this one I see it.
Scenes from the in the corners of brown.
I think I've seen everything. There is still one thing that I remember, a comment that said that Ludwig used to feature inside of the paintings, religious ones, but then removed himself. Couldn't find it anywhere.
This is Ludwig's private chapel. The king was a devout Catholic, as were all of the Wittelsbacher rulers. They supported the Roman Church even when other European countries were dominated by Protestantism.
It's a beautiful crucifix.
What do you say?
The stained glass window depicts St. Louis receiving the last sacraments.
I think we're done from here. Even though if I press hint, this shows like... This we get to see again the woman with the attitude.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. She's so serious. She was like rolling her eyes. Sorry, I clicked that because I already seen it, but I wish no, I did.
Ist das?
All right.
July 3rd, the feelings of sincere love. Elizabeth frequently gave March 1st. Ludwig's friends, June 4th. In this letter, dated November, no further.
Did I have to see?
What were his last wishes?
Yeah, I had.
This place is giving me more questions than answers.
Probably I should have go back now to the.
July 3rd, 18.
Yeah, the pictures. Yeah.
They certainly make an incredible looking. They certainly. She's beautiful. One of Ludwig's.
Sorry about rushing this bit.
Ludwig is Prince Charming.
Yep. Not really charmed, but anyways.
June 7th, 1880. Ludwig. June 12th, 1880. Ludwig.
This is the end of Ludwig.
June 13th. When June 18th, 1886. His.
Alright. This we read it. Poster.
I have no idea what that says. Looks old, though. Maybe Mrs. Smith will know.
Mrs. Smith.
The midnight sleigh ride. I can see why.
That's why we had the chance to talk about Mrs. Smith, about the painting. Because it was written here. Just things here.
Ludwig's death mask. What? Grace Nakamura.
We've seen everything. This I seen it, this I seen it. Yep. Out. Didn't take too long, but it's fine. Didn't take too long. Now I can ask for the Smiths.
Are the Smiths in the...
And talk to her about the dream.
I had a dream last night. I didn't remember it at first, but I saw something today at one of the museums.
What was the dream?
I was being chased in the woods by wolves. And I saw a sleigh. Ludwig was inside. He pulled me up, and I thought I was safe. But then he turned into a wolf.
So what do you think, Mother?
A dream of rescue is a spiritual guide dream. The High Priestess in Gabriel's cards must be linked to Ludwig somehow.
What do the wolves represent?
I'm a psychic, dear, not Freud. But the warning I got was about the black wolf, wasn't it? And the wolves in the dream. It must be the same danger.
It's so frustrating. The more I find out, the more questions I have.
The acting is
Why
good.
don't you try a little communicating of your own? Ludwig's the link. Appeal to him. The answers may not come right away, but at least you'll give the guide something specific to say the next time she contacts you.
Isn't there any way that you could, do a psychic reading on Ludwig or something?
To tell you the truth, I've been trying all day to make contact, but I only feel great despair. Ludwig's soul is not at peace.
That was it.
I'd better go.
Anytime you need us, stop by.
And be careful now.
Thanks.
I think I remember when I need to go. I think I missed a reference about Wagner in the Ludwig Museum. And with that, I can go to the Wagner Museum.
At least I have the car keys now.
The keys. Here they are. So let's go to the Niche. And let's save. There it is. This is the incoronation, I think.
Ludwig and Wagner. Ludwig loved the opera of his contemporary Richard Wagner. He helped support Wagner's music through much of his life. Ludwig considered Wagner a close friend, often calling him the great friend. Wagner encouraged this infatuation, some believe, for personal gain.
Maybe.
Typical artist. Ludwig and Wagner. Signets and sash pins from the Order of the Knights of St. George.
Oh no, that's the St. George uniform, the one on the right.
They are now the property of the Bavarian Crown Treasury.
A lot of signets, yeah.
He looks so regal. Why would he give up all of this pageantry and become a recluse? Ludwig is Grand Master of the Knights of St. George. The Knights of St. George was an aristocratic society dedicated to the acts of chivalry. Ludwig loved the medieval pageantry of the order in his early years, before his increasing recluseness. Richard Wagner. Ludwig's diary. Ludwig kept a diary from 1869 when he was 24 years old until his death. The diary provides a fascinating look into the mind of this tormented man. The original diary is kept in the Royal Archives. A few entries are shown on the opposite wall. I've got to see that diary.
Wants to see it. Don't think we can open here. This, we saw these. We saw it.
Ludwig's Grand Master Wardrobe from the Knights of St. George. Looks like it weighs a ton.
It does.
Guten Tag. Guten Tag.
I want to finish the chapter, guys, but I'm gonna take like 5 minutes break.
Ludwigs Tagebuch im Museum? Ja. Wo kann ich Ludwigs Tagebuch hier anschauen?
Die Tagebücher sind ganz persönlich.
No subtitles.
Die sind in den königlichen Archiven. Niemand darf die lesen. Aber nein, niemand darf die lesen.
She's so angry for some reason. Oh my goodness, why? Why she's like this? What did we tell her?
I don't have anything to say to her.
I have no idea what she told you though. I'm gonna take a short break, guys. Be right back. Just eating something. See you in a bit, guys. 5 minutes. And grab a screen. What the shit? Oh, dude! You! Oh! Oh, hello! Dude! Sorry for reading, but this was for Miss. Hilarious. Didn't see me. There's also a safe point very near. Going to try to get to it. Let me check the map. Yeah, I'm going for the safe point first. Hope it's not a mistake. Like meeting an alien here that kills me. Don't know where it is. No, it's here. There it is. One. Don't have to go. This is part 2, man. There's a lot to go. Also, guys, before I continue, let me give you a couple of shoutouts. Today might not be that long of a stream. I intend to stop around 7. So it will be 1 hour 50 minutes. Roundish. Instead of 2 hours. So. How do I? Oh my goodness. Buttons are too complicated. Also, I have 19 lost frames. Dude! Oh, the little kid get me! They are coming from the back.
It'll be over.
Yeah. No, it's not safe. Ah. Oh, please touch her. Yeah, I'm very... I'm gonna save, I'm gonna try it. I mean, that robot. Use and equip. You killed it? Oh. Pistols are nice. Very nice, I mean... No, dude! No! I didn't expect another one. I was like, I'm getting good at this. Nope, not yet. Maybe I'm attacking the wrong leg. Rogue. Rogu. So roguelite.
A rum sodden old git. I'm wanting 2 crates, and I won't give you more than 7 for 'em. Got it? So you're here to rob me, then? 5 for 4. It's you robbing me more like 8 for 3.
Oh my
8
goodness,
for 3.
this stuff.
Piss off. 7 for 3. Pox ridden old whorehounds.
My notebook. My notebook. I found a letter in the Werewolf lore book.
Gerda? Yes?
Have you heard from Gabriel at all?
No, great.
At least I have the card.
Scenes from the opera Tristan and Isolde. You are now standing in the it was this. This is the king's living room. Ludwig. This is the king's the tragedy. Ludwig withdrew more and more into his fantasy world of epic heroes and absolute monarchy.
Yeah, I did. Thank you for telling me,
An
man.
ideal he was determined to create in his castles if he could not have it in his real life.
What were you afraid they'd see?
I don't know what's missing. I should be able to go to the Wagner's now museum. Must have missed
The
one
miracle of the Grail.
the clicks here, I guess.
More swans.
Yeah, we know.
The swan motif, the painting. This is in fact, it is one of the study painting. The study painting.
Wish I know what I missed.
The study paint.
Taking everything just in case.
This is the final. The hall.
Let's go out. Still no Wagner Museum. I talked to her about it.
I don't have anything to say.
Yeah, I did.
Ludwig's diary. Ludwig kept a diary from 1860.
Again, console debugger started. Type exit to return to the game. Man, It's a bug. I saved though. This time I saved, but what are these all these scripts? Shows information about currently active object or class. Let me see. See what it tells. If I press exit, we know what's gonna happen. That's edge. That's why it's important to save in these games. I can hear bike. Yeah, but earlier it seems like I was muted for a bit. I did mute myself by mistake. I wonder when I saved last. Shouldn't be long ago though. And I trust Amma if she said that's fine. I'm gonna do what you have very missed because I have to restart it again. Shouldn't be too long. So here had
Ludwig's the original.
I've got to see that diary.
Richard Wagner.
So we got the reference about the diary.
Ludwig's grand.
Thing is that
Looks
I wonder
like
if because I'm skipping.
Signet.
Maybe they don't count.
He looks so. Ludwig. There's Ludwig and
I think I already had.
Even after Wagner's. Ludwig is offered a crown.
Oh, we did not read these. Guys, I had skipped these.
Even after Wagner's death,
That's what was
Ludwig
missing.
still showed signs of obsession with the composer. This letter, written in 1882 by Ludwig to the conductor of the Munich Opera, instructs the conductor to make preparations for a new Wagner opera. The conductor went to see the king as instructed. When he arrived, Ludwig was ill and refused to see him. Nothing further was ever heard of this mysterious new opera.
So this is the first
Was
mention
it a
about.
figment of an ill man's desperate wishes?
Nah, it was a real opera, at least in the game. So this is the first time we hear in the game about the opera of Wagner, one that he wrote for Ludwig and was never played.
Ludwig is offered a crown of laurels by the genius of immortal fame. 26 July 1874. By the power of the lily, we shall have the strength to resist all temptations throughout the whole year.
Other than this one, Ludwig Amma was also known for lilies.
26 July 1875. Solemn oath before the picture of the great king. Refrain for 3 months from all excitement. This oath has its binding power as well as its potency by de par Leroy, LNR, DPLR.
Who is the
What
Leroy?
excitement. I need to see more of that diary.
Cool. So now she really wants to see the diary. Admittedly, we do.
June 7th, 1886. A group of men arrive at Neuschwanstein Castle demanding to take the king in custody. With them is Dr. Guden, the doctor who had been in charge of
Ludwig.
This we already read them, guys.
June 12th, unbeknownst Ludwig.
June 3rd, when June 13th, when June 18th, June.
Oh goodness. Have to do it all again.
I have no idea. Ludwig's death mask.
I have no idea when I saved, to be honest, so I don't know what I did and what I
Maybe
did not.
Mrs. Smith will know what my dream meant. The midnight. Ludwig is. Grace Nakamura.
July.
The fee. Elizabeth Mark. Ludwig.
No further.
They certainly...
I think I done everything now. Oh wait, the painting.
One of... She's beautiful.
Alright, everything. Talk to the lady. Don't crash.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
I like her so much. You know, I think?
Ludwigs Tagebuch. Im Museum? Ja. Wo kann ich Ludwigs Tagebuch hier anschauen?
Die Tagebücher
I will.
sind ganz persönlich. Die sind in den königlichen Archiven. Niemand darf die lesen.
She shouts
Aber
out
nein,
loud.
niemand darf die lesen.
Danke.
Man, she's really good with customers.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Im Museum ist ein Brief von Ludwig über eine neue Wagner-Oper.
Ja, ich kenne diesen Brief.
Wo kann ich mehr von dieser Wagner-Oper sehen?
Maybe it's Grace's fault she's doing
Ich
something
weiß
bad
nichts
because
über
doesn't speak
Wagner.
well German.
Das hier ist kein Wagner-Museum.
Ja, ich weiß.
In Bayreuth befindet sich ein Wagner-Museum.
She told us the location of her museum now.
Ne?
Bayreuth. Danke.
Wow, she was useful. Incredible. So now we can go finally to the Wagner Museum. Thanks God, progress, guys.
Grüß Gott.
Guten Tag. Ist das die Wagner Museum?
Ja. You're an American, aren't you?
I think George, the
I'm
dude
afraid the
here,
house is closed this time of
has a
year.
crush on
It will be
Gracie.
open next month.
Crap.
You are interested in Wagner?
Very interested. Very recently very interested.
Super charming
Yeah.
dude, though.
Most of the house is closed for cleaning, but a few rooms are open. I shouldn't let you probably, but
it's so mischievous.
If it is only you, you are alone, aren't you?
Endlessly.
Come in and look around.
That's very generous. What do I owe you?
Georg Immerding. There's only a few displays. Besides, I wouldn't be much of a shining knight if I charged you.
Thanks, Georg.
Oh, he's a shining
My
knight.
name is Grace.
Hello.
He made a good impression, I think.
Have a good time.
Why he doesn't give her a personal tour? So let's enjoy the tour of a new museum, the Wagner Museum.
Wagner's piano. On this piano, the maestro composed his later operas, including The Ring.
Concert Flüge.
An old sofa. The death of Wagner. On Ash Wednesday, 1883, Wagner suffered a heart attack in a Venetian gondola on the way to Saint-Michel. His wife and the gondolier carried him into a church where he regained consciousness. Wagner died 4 days later on this sofa.
And that was that. Did they mention the age he had? No.
Wagner's death mask.
That's also an impression of his hand.
Wagner's desk, exactly as it was on the day he died.
What he has on the desk? Plans.
It's a letter from a Monsieur Beaujolais, dated September 1881. Looks like he's discussing acoustics and sound waves, and crystals. Wasn't Wagner's Bayreuth Theater already built? Why would Wagner be worrying about acoustics? It looks like an architectural drawing of a theater. The Wittelsbacher Theater, München. Every square inch is measured.
I'm seeing a cross here of the Motive Knight. Maybe I'm just seeing it because it's very familiar to me, but it's like one.
The great patron himself.
A mirror.
Ludwig as the classical Greek hero.
Is this Ludwig? Does it look like him? You like the music, mate? This is Ludwig Death Mask, I think.
Ludwig's death mask.
Why is here too? Do I make copies of it and give it to friends? Was it the thing that they did?
July 1882. Great and beloved king, Monsieur Beaujolais and I have finished the diagram. We checked the figures many times and Monsieur is confident that it will work. 8 identical fixtures are to be made from the diagram and placed in the theater exactly as specified. I'm sending the diagram with your courier. Be full of hope and have courage. All will be well. Your own, Wagner.
Wonder if it's the same diagram that there was on his desk. If so, he never sent it.
June 10th, 1881.
Oh, because
Munich
that's
residence.
how
Great friend.
his desk was
I'm
when he
writing to
died.
you in the
He never
middle of the
sent
night.
it. It's still
My
on the
blood is
desk.
pounding too wildly for sleep. Tonight's performance, how can I describe it? I am unsure whether to be terrified or thrilled. Perhaps I even feel hopeful. If it is hope, you have given it to me, my friend, for the first time in years. We must speak. Something happened during the music tonight, but I must have your absolute confidence. As you love me, come at once. Your devoted
81.
king, Ludwig.
5 years before. 5 years before he died. This was a year before Wagner died, so we should have sent the plan. He had the year to send it.
A portrait given as a gift from Ludwig to Wagner.
Nice gift. Cannot click on the label. You can go back. You can go here. You didn't see the circle one. I'm checking if I missed anything, but it doesn't seem like
Grace
it.
Nakamura.
No, we didn't. So you cannot check it. Was it here, the next bit? Yeah. Let's start from here.
Opera costumes. This must be a model of Wagner's own theater, here in Bayreuth.
That's a very large theater, super luxurious one. Very nice, to be honest. Wonder if it's still up.
These look like production designs. I don't see anything that looks like those wolf paintings in Neuschwanstein.
They look like by the same author, though.
These look like production designs. I don't see anything that looks like those wolf paintings in
This one is a very
Neuschwanstein,
dynamic
though.
post. Nothing else here. Don't tell me the museum is that small. Judge if it is. I think we've seen everything already. Stop the dude. We have a lot to ask about Wagner, it seems.
What are you doing here if the museum is closed?
They always like to have a caretaker here. It's a good job for me. I can soak in the atmosphere of the maestro while I compose.
What are you
He's a
composing?
composer.
This, a new arrangement. One of Wagner's pieces.
For the Bayreuth Opera?
I am only a student at the university. I study music, composition, conducting.
Is there much of a call for conductors in Europe?
Ask my brother. He is the conductor for the Munich Opera.
Well, that's convenient. Does that mean you get free opera tickets?
Yes. I get a week's pass to the Opernfestspiele, the opera festival in Munich. It starts in a few months.
Hope I'm still around to see it.
Come with me if you like, if you're still around.
Ask for a date.
Go backstage
Smoke.
and all sorts of things.
I'd love that. If I'm still in Germany, I'll call you, all right?
Yeah, good.
Imagine she comes with Gabriel instead.
Tell me about Wagner.
He was a character. He spent most of his life trying to convince rich patrons to subsidize his work. Unfortunately, he had expensive tastes. You see, he believed that someone of his genius deserved to live well. Can't argue with that.
But Ludwig II supported him, didn't he?
Yeah, sure, but Ludwig came along very late in Wagner's life. By then, he had already been run out of Venice and most major cities because of debt. Ludwig saved him. And the music. Best thing Ludwig ever did.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything about that letter from Wagner to Ludwig in the display case? The one about the diagram?
No. Some sort of equipment for Ludwig's theater. But I don't know why Wagner would have cared about this. If he was worried about any theater, you would think it would have been his own theater, here, in Bayreuth.
One more letter.
Have you ever heard about the letter that Ludwig wrote to the Munich conductor in 1882, telling him to prepare for a new Wagner opera?
You're full of surprises, for an American.
What do you know about it?
No one knows anything about it. It's like a treasure map, you know? It's probably a complete fairy tale, but it does make you wonder.
You have no idea what it could have referred to? Maybe something that Wagner was working on with Ludwig?
If there was, there's no trace of it. Except perhaps in the dreams of unemployed music students.
Oh, he dreams about it for sure. By that I'm referring to the opera that should have been done by Wagner, but never found missing.
Have you ever heard about the wolf panels in the Singers' Hall at Neuschwanstein?
Did my brother send you here?
No.
Probably not. It's only...
I should save again soon.
The wolf panels.
No,
my
she's
brother
not.
thinks I'm crazy because of all my theories.
She's getting info for Gabriel,
What
right?
theories?
And all interesting info.
This is Quatsch.
Maybe she will end up with Gorg.
If there was a lost opera, a lost Wagner opera.
I mean, if he's charming.
Find it. To a conductor, this would be like finding King Tut's tomb. But
he won
people
the
have looked
opera.
for it before. If it ever existed, it is gone forever.
I wonder if it's
My
a
brother
real
says
thing,
I
the
waste
missing
my time even
opera of
thinking about
Wagner.
it.
I don't know if it's something real. I want to save, but I have one more question.
I'm curious. Is there any other information that points to the lost opera besides Ludwig's letter and the wolf panels?
It's nothing.
What? Tell us,
I'm
tell
not
us.
even supposed to have seen it.
Oh.
You see, my brother says that Wagner was too egotistical to have produced a lost opera. If he was working on something new, every person in Bayreuth would have heard about it. On the other hand, it was in Ludwig's character to have wanted a private opera.
But it wouldn't have been private. Ludwig's letter shows he intended it to be played in Munich.
Hey, Asila, how is going?
That it would get so far without Wagner telling others?
How is New Zealand?
Why keep it a secret?
Maybe there was a very good reason for secrecy.
For example?
Like,
I'm enjoying one old game
Never
from
mind.
1995 called Gabriel Knight, and basically we are a monster hunter hunting werewolves in this one. Oh, what time it is there? How is the jet lag? Let me save because I don't trust this game. It's crashed at least 3 times, I think, today. I want to restart it. 8 a.m., that's still early. In the future. So there it's already the 9th.
What's that?
Yeah, I think it will take some time, but you waking up at 8 means you are getting over it.
He's locked up for preservation.
Fair, he's more sympathetic than Gabriel. Well, Gabriel is like a scammer. You didn't meet Gabriel yet, Asila. He's charming, but he looks like he's lying to you all the time.
Cosima was Wagner's wife, I think. She probably just talks about him in her journal.
Okay, so that's the journal of his wife. Anything
I
more?
don't have anything to ask Georg about at the moment.
Then we're ready from here. So, I think I'm going to press hint. My goodness, there's things to do everywhere. Let's go and try to speak together. I think the crashes
did you have a good time?
might have got some issues with
Anything new? Yes, you had
a couple of objects that I should check.
Really? A man named Professor Barkley. He said you had his number.
Oh, he called.
I do. Thanks.
Barclay is her teacher, and we asked him in the middle of the night because even here there is time zones. He's in America, Yale, and she's in Bavaria, in Württemberg. For information, and the professor was nice. We woke him up, and he still gave us information. I like lazying up on Twitch too in the morning. Many friends stream in the morning though. So we are going to call our professor using the card. Hopefully he's awake. We're not waking him up this time. For once, he's actually awake.
Hello?
Hi, Professor Barkley. It's Grace.
Oh, good. I have a name for you. It's Herr Josef Dahlmeier, and he specializes in Bavarian history, and I think he's somewhere near you are.
Herr Josef Dahlmeier. Great, got a number?
Yeah, I do. It's 4982-555-2234.
We got a number. We need
Thanks
to
a
call him.
lot. Sorry about the bother.
That's no bother. When are you coming back to school, Gracie?
When I figure it out, I'll let you know.
Well, be good.
He's nice, this professor, to be honest. I mean, he's really helping Gracie out. Like, he really cares for his students. Imagine you are a professor and someone calls you like in 3 a.m. and take the call and answer and make research for them and give them the information. That's amazing. A bit sus, to be honest. Wow, this one is a fan of Ludwig.
Hello?
Hello, sind Sie Herr Josef Dahlmeier?
Yeah, you must be Grace Nakamura, the American history student.
Yes.
I hear you're interested in Ludwig II.
Very.
Good. There's something I want to show you. Drive to Berg on Starnberger See. Meet me at the Memorial Chapel.
All right, thank you.
Oh, wait. Was there anything you wanted me to look into before we meet?
Well, I was hoping you knew something about someone called the Black Wolf. He was a contemporary of Ludwig's. He lived in Prussia, I think, and he was well connected.
Never heard of him, but I'll check. See you there.
Thanks. Bye.
There is something else I want to check before I move from here. If I check my inventory, I have a book of Ludwig, and I believe there's a telephone here. And I want to contact the author Because the author, if we read the first paragraph, yes, he's very sus. Actually, I'd be sus if I was his dean about his relationship with his student. But it's not the case because she's totally infatuated with Gabriel. Basically, the author has access to the diary of Ludwig, or had access, maybe have notes. And I want to try to see if we can call him. Let me check too. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure why I'd want to call the biography's publisher.
Because if you read the biography, I mean, can I? That is written. Ludwig remained throughout his life.
Ludwig remained throughout in his a hunt.
Good example. Oh, here. The author has privileged access to the archives of the Coiling Bayerske something.
A good example of the king's obsessive behavior in relationships is the following letter from the Königlich Bayerische archives, which this author was privileged to access. It is dated 1864, and it was written by Ludwig's manservant, Paul, to a friend. The king has been in high mood these. The man was tracked.
I think the reason that it doesn't let us call him yet is because we must get more information about Ludwig to be interested to contact the author. I don't think she is yet.
I'm not sure why
I don't think she's yet interested in contacting the publisher. Even though I have the suspicion, Gracie doesn't. And let's go here. And we have an appointment in a new area, so we should be able to see the new point in the map. There it is. I believe I remember this place. I think this place is where Ludwig actually died in real life. It is. As we remember in the story, Ludwig II was with his doctor. They left him alone for a couple of hours with the doctor, and both the doctor and Ludwig were found dead in the lake for some reason. No one knows why.
It's a memorial chapel.
Honestly, I think the Kaiser had something to do with it. He probably thought of Ludwig. Even little influence he had, something that could hinder unity.
This is where he died.
Yep, it is.
You must be Grace. Herr Dahlmeier.
Hello.
Joseph, I didn't mean to startle you. I wanted you to see it. I feel him here the most, you know, more than at the castle. So, what did you want to know?
Curious what we're going to ask. We can ask a lot of things about the... This is the thing that I want to know about the hunting accident. Probably it's the Beowulf that was the cause. Let's start with the start.
Professor Barclay says your hobby is Ludwig.
Yes. He was the last real king that Bavaria had. As a Bavarian and a history buff, that's enough to hook me right there.
There was Otto, his brother.
But there's more, right?
He was a romantic, you know. A dreamer. And he was misunderstood, maligned.
Sounds like you can relate.
Me? Hell, I have it easy. At least I live in the 1990s. And not every eye in the country is on me. But yes, I can relate.
It must have been tough for him.
You know about Ludwig's diary, right?
Of course.
This would be
How can I get my hands on it?
I'm sorry. I have been trying myself for 5 years. They keep it locked up tight in the Royal Archives and they don't let it out. They must think it contains things that will hurt his image.
They won't let anyone see it, not ever?
Only one person outside of the government ever got to see it, a biographer, Sir Richmond Chapel. He had friends among the German royals, and they let him look at it.
Did you ever try to contact Chapel, pick his brain?
No, and I don't believe I never thought of that.
So now
if you
we have
do
a
and you
reason
find
to
out anything, you
call
must
them.
share.
It's a promise.
Okay.
Tell me about Ludwig.
I don't know where to start. There's so much.
I think we'll be here for
the most
hours.
significant thing about Ludwig II was that he signed over independent Bavarian statehood to Prussia in 1870. Bavaria became a part of United Germany, and Ludwig became a figurehead prince under the Prussian Kaiser.
Why do you think he did that?
Bavaria had been involved in the 100 Years' War. People were tired of fighting. Prussia's push to unite the German states made some amount of sense. Still, Ludwig must have had other options. At the very least, he should have negotiated better terms.
So what was the real reason?
He was manipulated by Bismarck. At least that's what I think, anyway.
Yeah, probably.
What about Ludwig personally?
You'll find two perspectives on Ludwig. The view the tourists get is the romantic ideal, Ludwig the tormented loner. Then there is the historian's point of view. Ludwig was plagued with guilt over his sexual orientation and was driven mad with self-loathing.
But I take it you're not buying either point of view.
Well, it's all too convenient, isn't it? That he was a devout Catholic, there is no question, and I'm sure there were pressures on him to be normal. But he was no prude. He loved Byron. Yes. Philosophy, the French court. If anything, Ludwig was too much an egomaniac. He didn't give a damn what anyone thought. And besides, he didn't try to hide any of his relationships. If he suffered from anything in his romantic life, it was disillusionment. No one loved him back as purely as he himself loved.
He expected too much, I think.
If it wasn't sexual guilt that tormented him, what was it?
He would fixate himself
I
up
don't
with
know.
someone, according to the game at least.
His diary was
And
filled
then
with
expect the
self-guilt,
same
but I'm
thing
sure
back,
it's not
but
about that.
Not how it works.
If I knew, I'd write my own book, set the record straight, so to speak.
Have you read anything about Ludwig's midnight sleigh rides?
Would that have been something? To be out at night and suddenly see him sweep by with his entourage? They say the night agitated Ludwig, and that being outdoors and the rushing feeling of the sleigh calmed him down. Sometimes even the sleigh wasn't enough. He would stop in some remote woods, order his servants to stay put, and go wandering off by himself for hours. It drove the servants crazy.
Tell me about Bismarck.
Bismarck. He was the Prussian Kaiser's chancellor. Not a nice man. Bismarck had a reputation for learning people's weaknesses and manipulating them. It's a matter of record that he had spies on Ludwig's staff. He may even have had a henchman even closer to the king. And he was involved in the conspiracy to declare Ludwig insane.
Did you find out anything about the Black Wolf?
I did. I'd read about him before, but I hadn't realized that was who you were talking about. His name was Godin, Paul Godin. I found a reference to his being called the Black Wolf after you telephoned.
I've never heard of him. Who was he?
Godin lived on the fringes of the Prussian court. He was handsome, charming, dangerous, or so they say. He was variously rumored to have been a foreign prince, a Prussian spy, even an assassin. Since you were interested in him, I found out some things that are probably true. It said he came from abroad in the mid-1800s, but claimed High German blood.
Do you know where he came from?
No. And he was ruthlessly ambitious. He probably found out who held the power, Bismarck, and offered his services. Bismarck was a good judge of talent, of that sort anyway.
Smart.
What else do you know about Godin?
He must have done something remarkable. Bismarck was not a generous man. He liked to string people along with promises, but rarely came through. He did for Godin, though. He gave him a royal title and lands in 1863. And that was the last reference I found to him.
Well, how could he just disappear?
It's not that unusual. Back then, when you were given a title, you usually changed your name and moved to a place where no one knew your past, so you could act with impunity. Or be a pompous ass and get away with it.
More about the Black Wolf.
Is there any way to find out what Godin was called after he got his title?
Is it that critical?
It might be.
True. Because I think Godin is still alive.
You could send away for a copy of the entitlement deed, assuming it has been destroyed during one of the wars. Godin's new name would be on it. But you would need a research permit from the government to access those records, and
we need to ask for a permit.
A lot of red tape.
Great. What do you know about Ludwig's hunting accident?
A couple of years ago, I was introduced to this great old man, a real old world farmer. Well, his grandfather was Richard Horning, Ludwig's equestrian. Oh, he told some great Ludwig stories. Sometimes I get lucky. Anyway, he said that after the hunting accident, Ludwig got terribly ill, that he had a fever and was acting crazy. They were afraid that the wolf had been carrying a disease or that the bite had gone septic.
A wolf bit him?
Yeah, it's not so unusual. There were a lot of wolves in the Alps back then. The servants were really worried, but Ludwig recovered, physically anyway. Horning's grandfather said it was the fever that broke Ludwig's mind, that he was worse than ever after that.
So we're seeing the story of how Ludwig got bitten by a wolf and turned.
What do you mean Ludwig got worse after the accident?
Ludwig always had been a very private person. But after the accident, he got darker, more crazy. Towards the end, he was even forcing his servants to enter his chambers bent over so they couldn't see his face. Horning's grandfather said his temper was fearsome. He would fly into a rage at the least mistake.
Must have been terrified of him.
Yes, well. Horning's grandfather felt sorry for Ludwig, and Ludwig hated his own violence. He was always giving gifts to his servants to apologize.
Okay, servants.
You mentioned that there were other reasons why Ludwig's servants feared him.
Ah, that's another of Horning's mysteries. There's a story about Neuschwanstein. Apparently, there was a period of time of 2 or 3 months when Wagner would come and visit him.
Wagner?
There. Yeah. The two would lock themselves in the singers' hall. Horning's grandfather said the sounds that came from there were awful. Well, the servants had superstitious minds anyway. Some of them quit over it, just walked away.
What kind of sounds?
Horning's grandfather called them heartbreaking and ungodly. Maybe it was Wagner trying to sing.
Well, I guess that's all for now. Thanks for your help.
It's my pleasure. And if you ever want to talk again, just give me a call.
Oh, the rock had the polo neck like that one.
Servus.
Well, bye.
Different color though. Still the 90s. Save. Because we cannot trust this game.
This is where they found Ludwig's body.
I don't think we can go further here. We're going to return here for sure though. So let's go back here. Yep. Yep. And talk to Gerda.
Gerda? Yes?
Special permit.
Gerda, do you have any idea where I could get a government research permit? I don't have time for a lot of red tape.
You should ask Herr Übergrau. He can maybe get such things very fast.
You think? I was gonna write Gabriel today anyway.
You write Gabriel every day.
Have you heard from Gabriel at all?
Nope.
No, Grace, I'm sorry.
Never mind.
I think we can call the publisher now. Hopefully, at least. Let's see if we can. We can do it later. Let's see. So the publisher is called with the book. At least she's not rude. Yeah, they are nice to each other now. Remember how she ate the Gerda before? So we're going to talk to the publisher to try to contact the author so that he can tell us a bit about the diary that Ludwig II had written and he had access to.
Hallo, Bertel München.
Hi, I have a book of yours on Ludwig II. The author's name is Sir Richmond Chapel.
Yes, how can I help you?
Well, I'm doing some research on Ludwig, and I was hoping you could get me in contact with the author.
I'm afraid Sir Richmond Chapel is deceased.
She did, actually.
Oh.
However, his son is living.
He shouted her so much.
Well, is there any way you can put me in touch with him?
And who are you doing this research for?
Gracie is dangerous,
Well,
that's for sure.
I'm working with Professor Barkley from Yale University.
All right. Thomas Chapel's number in England is 41 20 555 771.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So let's call Thomas.
Bye.
Should have the number, right? Thomas is the son of the author because the author is dead.
Chapel residence?
Hi, my name is Grace Nakamura. I'm calling from Rittersburg, Germany. Is Thomas Chapel there,
He has
please?
paperwork to do.
Speaking. What may I do for you, Miss Nakamura?
This is going to sound crazy, but I have a copy of your father's biography on Ludwig II. I understand he had access to Ludwig's diary.
Yes.
Well, oh God, I'm not even sure.
Ask.
He didn't make a copy of it or anything, did he? Or perhaps he took good notes?
He wrote down a complete translation in English. He said he couldn't make headway with the German version. Ludwig's handwriting was rather brogue, you know.
He wrote down an English translation. Do you still have it?
It's perfect for her.
Well, unfortunately, my father was allowed to see the diary only on the grounds that he wouldn't publish the entire work. I can't let you see it. Have you tried contacting the National Archive?
No, I don't have the kinds of connections your father did, or the time.
That's unfortunate, but I really cannot let it out of my hands.
I understand. It was just a shot in the dark.
Very well. The best of luck to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chapel.
I'm not sure if I called the professor, maybe call the professor and keep pressures a bit.
I don't want to bother Professor.
Nope. Maybe a spirit will help me. Saving again. So remember the flowers that I mentioned? They finally grow. And they are lilies.
Gibt's das denn die Lilienblühen schon?
Sehr schön.
Ja, aber es ist doch noch so kalt.
Let's just speak a bit of German.
Für Sie ein Geschenk von der Madonna.
Oh no.
Nehmen Sie sie ruhig. Heute Nacht wird es kalt und sie
No,
wird sowieso
they
erfrieren.
Thank you.
It's a nice coincidence, right? And who likes lilies? We know that Ludwig did. So what we would do is place one in the area where he died. And maybe Ludwig, since his spirit is still here, can help us. can make miracles happen. This forest background is like a fairy tale. Be able to go, yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what you want me to do, but I need more information to work with. If you can send any my way, I'd appreciate it.
She actually knows the spirit that she's talking to is Ludwig. How she figured it out? There he was. A miracle. So her wish for more information maybe will come true now. Yeah, it's Ludwig. Gosh, you've become a fan of him. I understand that. But he was a patron of the earth. He had such a sad ending in this game. Basically, the Kaiser Bismarck played him by sending a werewolf to bite him, and then after he knew to become a werewolf, he blackmailed him to get a favorable contract with him for Bavaria to join Prussia. So now that we have the help of Ludwig, maybe we'll be able to get the information that we look for.
If I can't fix it, it ain't broke.
Thanks for the hydrate, Riz. I will in 10 minutes. I will in 10 minutes though, because at the moment my glass is empty. And this should be how long it takes to finish the chapter. So basically now the spirit is helping us. And with his help, something happened. And strangely, we received something. Yeah. It's empty. But I drank it all. I mean,
Nein, leider nicht. Brauchen Sie noch
I will
etwas?
drink it soon again, though.
My German isn't good enough for chit-chat. My German isn't good enough for chit-chat.
Didn't I receive the thing yet? Or I wasn't paying attention, maybe. No, this is Gabriel's letter. Yeah. Yeah.
My German isn't good enough. Danke.
Bitte.
I'm confused. There is one more step I need to do before the spirit helps me.
Hi, Gerda. I'm back.
Good.
At the end of each day,
I don't have anything to ask.
You have to write a letter to the other party. If you are Gabriel, you write a letter to Gracie. If you are Gracie, you write a letter to Gabriel, and vice versa. So what we have to do is write the letter, I hope. But that only works if I got all the information and nothing is missing. So let's see. I'm a bit nervous. Probably I forgot something. And wouldn't know what.
I should get a letter off to Gabriel. I need to include a note to Ubergrau about the research permit.
That means that I got all the information if she's writing the letter. Scammed, yeah. I can refund the points, but I'm gonna drink later anyway, so. Should be really at the end now, though. Because the letter, you send it only at the end of the chapter.
Grace. I don't have...
And the keys. No! It's not here where I want to go. Here. And here. And again to the post lady. Letter?
Kann ich diesen Brief versenden?
Ja, 3 Mark bitte.
Sure what she said. Maybe we need to pay.
Dankeschön.
Bitte sehr. Brauchen Sie noch etwas?
My German isn't good enough for
Oh,
chit-chat. Danke.
Still didn't happen.
Schloss Ritter.
The reason is that the fox is very memorable, so I remember getting the fox. But the steps...
I don't have anything to ask Gerda right now.
The steps to get them, I don't remember. I placed the lily, right? Yeah, I placed the lily, so I have the spirit's help. It should be the last thing I need to do. Especially since I got all the information since I sent the... Maybe I need to speak again to the George. I know I need to speak it later with George anyways. But let's go to George.
At least I have... At least I have the car keys now.
Oh, a raid! Suicide Machine, thank you. What were you playing, buddy? I have to make an assault to see it. Man, I missed your stream. I'm so sad. Oh, Jericho. Did you manage to finish it? Jericho has such a nice sci-fi story. This reminds me of myself sending a grenade. You might be right. I will go check. Let me go to speak to the Georg first. Well, I think it's faster going to Professor. I'm still here. What I remember I need to do is get the fox. And to get the fox, I only have to put the lilies on the grave. That's how I remember. Probably I missed something. Because you get the fox. Maybe I can call him again. Where's the book?
There's no reason to call.
Nope. Let's try calling the professor.
I don't want to bother Professor.
Nope. Let's try to call this number. I don't know who's here.
I don't have anything to talk to Herr Dahlmeier about.
Nope. Let's try to call this number.
I don't think pleading.
Pleading doesn't work. So it's not the telephone. We already mailed the letter. I hope it's not the order that messed up. Because I did a different order. Shouldn't be. This game have been played and debugged by Sierra. Sierra quality assurance is very good.
I don't have anything to ask you.
Maybe I can show her the book.
I'm not sure what she... At least I have
George, just in case. Maybe the innkeeper I need to speak. Maybe I should speak the innkeeper. I haven't spoken to the innkeeper in a while. Doesn't matter because now, since I'm here, I can just go to speak to George. Wait. Yeah, we did. I gave the lily to the pond. And we had the vision of, the second half of the game is horrible. Is it? That's sad.
Cosima was Wagner's... I don't have anything...
But I want to see the ending of it, to be honest. I should have the game.
I don't have any...
Nope. Cannot speak to him. If I click the hint button, we still have to do things everywhere other than here. How many things I missed? I thought I missed nothing, to be honest, because I've been to the museum and clicked on anything, so I don't really know. Let's talk to the dude again.
I don't have anything to say to...
Nope. I won't be having any effects, I'm sure of.
There's no one there.
That means no effects. The dude is not there. What did I miss? Let me go again to the water lake. Maybe I have to click it again after division. Could be, because the game would have required an extra click. Or an extra scene. Or a comment of Gracie, like saying, "Oh, I see Ludwig." Let's go. But this is the only one that is not blinking. I mean, I still have things to do here for sure, because after I receive the effects, I show it to the dude. Neustadt is just listening to the tapes. And here is just clicking on the objects. I should have clicked them all. The thing is that since I crashed, I had to re-click everything more than once, and maybe I missed clicking on one of the objects. I crashed twice during this playthrough. They had to redo everything again twice. Might have, in subsequent tries, forgot something. Now, cannot interact.
I hope I'm not losing my mind.
No, you're not. After clicking that, I'm going back to Gracie just to check. Maybe that's what I needed. Else I will have to go again in the Neustadt Castle and the Museum of Ludwig and check everything again. See what was missing. Since 1 and 2. This one I don't think. But even here it doesn't say. Not.
I don't have anything.
No. Must be in the castle then, or the other one. Not sure what I could have forgotten. Anyways, let's go.
The paintings in this room are from the Siegfried saga.
Yeah, I know.
The paintings in this room are from the Siegfried saga.
Yep. No, don't go out!
Our tour begins in the entry hall. Ludwig's Passion was built in addition.
Yes.
The closed door leads to the...
I wonder if Ludwig really meant to throw himself from the tower then...
Nope.
Did they have running water in 1886? Maybe Ludwig thought all this luxury would help him sleep.
Scenes from the
Maybe this happened.
You are now standing in the... This is It was this kind... Scenes from the...
This one is the...
Scenes from... In the corners...
Just checking if I forgot to press on something.
I don't think the black...
This is loot.
It's a beautiful...
The stain... The miracle...
These linens... More swan.
The painting behind... This as the... It is...
I wonder why he was...
I'm just masking, guys.
I doubt that. I doubt...
The study paint... This is the king, his...
Must have missed something,
The study
though.
painting... Engelhardt. This is the hall.
Hope I don't have to listen
This
to
is
them
the
all. Because I'm skipping everything like this.
There must...
The hunters. This is the hall. This is the
Sorry, guys.
The wedding.
Right.
Ludwig.
I think I checked everywhere, right, in the cassette.
Nice view of the Alps.
I think there's nothing else.
There must be a...
Nothing. There was one more painting with the wolf. These two, actually. There's this. No. This. Now, information. Nothing. Oh, wait. Right. Get back and press hint. Still clicking. Blinking destination have tasks left to complete in this chapter.
I don't have anything to say to her at the moment. She's beautiful. Schloss.
No, don't.
I don't have anything to ask Gerda right now.
Edge.
Nothing else I can use. There's nothing... I don't know who else to write.
You already sent the letter.
It wasn't worth picking.
Yeah, I did send the letter. What's this? Guys, I had the facts. I had it. I had the facts. It was in my inventory. I didn't see the video though. Might have clicked and skipped it by mistake, but the facts is here. I was like, what, I forgot it. So basically, guys, this is really important. Yeah, it's very lol. I was like, what, I forgot it. Basically, we have the help of the ghost to convince Thomas, the son of the author, to send us the notes of the father in regards of the diary. This is the diary of Ludwig. Can we read, please? Can I read it? Miss Nakamura, it seems I've had a change of heart. Please keep these on the strictest confidence. Good luck on your endeavor, T. Chappell. Thomas Chappell.
11th June 1872.
Man.
Louis has convinced me to think matters through more thoroughly before I act. A trip it shall be then, to Shahin. It shall not alter my purpose, I feel, nor shall his compelling. The treaty is the ruin of my beloved Bavaria, and must be taken to task.
He was convinced to think matters through more thoroughly before I act. A trip it shall be then to Shahin. Shall not alter my
11th June 1872. Louis has convinced me to think matters through more thoroughly before I act. A trip it shall be then, to Shahin. It shall not alter my purpose, I feel, nor shall his compelling. The treaty is the ruin of my beloved Bavaria, and must be taken to task.
Louis might be the Black Wolf.
3rd July 1872. The pain gets so bad, I cannot hold a pen to write, but the horror is far worse than the pain.
Horror.
He says it was an accident, says that we can truly be one now, that it is a great adventure. I believe him 1 minute, and the next I can feel the flames of hell upon my heels. May God have mercy on my soul.
Hey, thanks for gifting Becca the sub. Really appreciate it, Azila.
January 1874. By the power of Mary, Mother of God, I swear to refrain from the ultimate sin and to remain steadfast in my flesh, sworn by the power of the lily, Eleanor.
You have Christmas icons now. Yeah, congratulations again for your job. And best of luck in it.
January 1874. By the power of Mary, Mother of God, I swear to refrain from the ultimate sin and to remain steadfast in my flesh, sworn by the power of the lily,
human flesh.
Eleanor.
Basically, Ludwig, the king, have been turned to the wolf by Louis, and basically betrayed to sign a deal with the Kaiser, with Bismarck, to Bavaria join Germany. And now he has the horror of becoming a wolf and feelings of a wolf of needing to hunt. And he wants to keep steadfast and not do the ultimate sin, which is to eat human flesh. If he does, his soul will be done forever. If he doesn't, he still wouldn't be able to go to paradise, to heaven, but he would be roaming the earth for the remainder of, I think, forever.
5th January 30th August 1879. I will not falter, but will remain true. No matter the torment or longing, I will not yield. I will control the process. God grant me strength and will. By the grace and power of the monarchy and its allegiance. De Paul Leroy, Eleanor.
Poor dude. Well, this is only fiction.
10th September 1880. It is all finished. Elizabeth warned me, and I discovered the truth at last. O most venomous viper at my very bosom. O lowest of the least worthy who ever breathed. My Judas, my devil. If I could tear my heart out and fling it after him in the dirt, I would. I would.
So this is where he finally understood Louis was a traitor. He was placed there by Bismarck.
10th September. 12th December 1880. He continues to come, the devil. I will never look upon his hideous face again. He is afraid I will tell, and I might. To destroy him, I might. When I think of the accident, now that things are clear, I wonder, was it truly an accident, or was it the plot to kill me?
Not killing you.
If so, why did he not complete it then, instead of putting me in this torment? Could he have hated me so? I wish to God he had simply ended it there.
He just wanted him to do Bismarck bidding. And he got the reward for that. He got a baronship.
10th June 1881. Terror. Rapture. During W's music tonight, I felt a pulling. The horror nearly came upon me right there. Then the music turned, and it was gone. What can it mean? I must confide in the great friend. Perhaps he will know what has happened.
So during a concert, an opera of Wagner, he felt like becoming a wolf. Then suddenly when the music turned, he got compelled to become a wolf. Stopped. So he's going to talk to Wagner about it. And maybe Wagner can help him, can write some music with the help of some other people that will stop him turning.
2nd August 1882. The experiments go better and better.
4 years before his death.
W has proved as loyal and determined as ever I believed he would be in a matter of my salvation. He says he has the formula now. It remains only to put the finishing touches on the completed opera and to draw up the diagram for the crystals. Can it truly end?
Yeah, but
I
he can't
scarce dare
find
to hope.
in it. I mean, Wagner was really helping Ludwig in this story, at least of the game. He wasn't just in for the money. He was, a true friend, and managed to find a way maybe to control the wolf transformation and make him live a normal life.
2nd August 1882.
But as we know, Wagner died soon after August 1882. He died in 83. So I don't think he ever managed to finish.
April 1883. The great friend is dead.
Yep.
How unjust that he should be taken from me now. Where is my chance at salvation? Why has God condemned me twice?
Unfortunate.
10th October 1885. There must be made clear funds for the crystals. Lies. Everyone lies. My own servants. What must I do? Must I sell one of my beloved castles?
Do it.
The crystals must be made. I grow daily less able to control my own will. How long will I be able to resist the ultimate sin? And the music is worthless without the device.
What device?
Time is running out. The crystals must be made.
So there was a device to make the music more effective. And we know the crystal plans that Wagner was supposed to do. But were the plans ever sent?
10th October 18...
That, I think, is the last letter. Now that we have this, we can share our findings with George, which is Wagner's fan.
I don't have anything...
I don't want to speak with Gerge said. Peace. And go. Wagner is here, I think. Why everything still shines?
I do have something to discuss with...
Yeah, you do. Let me say it first, though. Because I don't trust this game.
Have you heard of Ludwig's diary?
Yes, but no one is allowed to see it.
It just so happens that I have a copy of an English translation right here. There's something I wanted to show you. Read this one.
August 1880. The experiments go better and better. They has proved as loyal and determined as ever. It remains only to put the finishing touches on the completed opera. To make up the diagram for the crystal. My God!
It exists!
Wait.
He's going to do something that he shouldn't do. That's Wagner's wife, Janet.
I am not supposed to have looked at this myself, but I am here alone all day, so...
I would definitely open the book too. If I was there all day. No one seeing me.
July 1881. Richard returned from his meeting with the king. Never have I seen him so pale. I was concerned for his heart. He would not speak with me, but immediately shut himself up in his study and started working on a new project. He will not tell me the first thing about it. He will only say that it was time he repaid his king. It confirms Ludwig's diary. He wasn't crazy.
Yes, but Ludwig says that the opera was completed. Imagine that, completed. There's something else.
August 1882. We had a messenger tonight from the king. He brought a letter which Richard burnt. I did manage to see a bit of it. It said something about a great night in Munich and that it would be Richard's supreme triumph and someone else's destruction. Ludwig then wrote that even though he himself would probably die, his immortal soul would be freed thanks to Richard. I worry for poor Ludwig and for us. Where will we be if...
Oh, goodness! I clicked! But that's fine. I can load. I can load. I skip. I cannot not watch the final. But that's the end of the chapter, as you see. Oh, goodness. No. Anyway, go anywhere. We need to load.
No point in going.
Just go anywhere. Man, what I done? You skip if you click your mouse. You skip, and I click with my mouse.
I do have something to discuss with Georg.
It's fine. I saved. So just watching it one more time then.
Have you heard of Ludwig's diary?
Yes, but no one is allowed to see it.
Yeah.
It just so happens that I have a copy of an English translation right here. There's something I wanted to show you. Read this one.
August 1882. The experiments go better and better. Faye has proved as loyal and determined as ever. It remains only to put the finishing touches on the completed opera. To make up the diagram for the crystal. My God!
Wait, I want to show you something. I am not supposed to have looked at this myself, but I am here alone all day, so...
This guy is so cute, though.
July 1881. Richard returned from his meeting with the king. Never have I seen him so pale. I was concerned for his heart. He would not speak with me, but immediately shut himself up in his study and started working on a new project. He will not tell me the first thing about it. He will only say that it was time he repaid his king. It confirms Ludwig's diary. He wasn't crazy.
Yes, but Ludwig says that the opera was completed. Imagine that, completed. There's something else.
August 1882. We had a messenger tonight from the king. He brought a letter which Richard burnt. I did manage to see a bit of it. It said something about a great night in Munich and that it would be Richard's supreme triumph and someone else's destruction. Ludwig then wrote that even though he himself would probably die, his immortal soul would be freed thanks to Richard. I worry for poor Ludwig and for us. Where will we be if his madness continues? Surely someone will put an end to it.
Wow.
There's one more.
The wife. I didn't like Ludwig at all.
May 1883. I sent Richard's sealed package to the king, as he instructed moments before he closed his eyes forever. I could not even bring myself to care what was in it.
So
what could
the
it matter
package is
now?
with the king.
Whatever it is, I hope it brings the king good memories of Richard. He did so much for my beloved.
The package.
The package. The actors are fantastic. I love the actors here. They are so good to show excitement about finding information and clues about their story. Anyways, chapter 5 will be done next time, guys. This one was a very long stream for me, almost 4 hours. I didn't expect to take this long to do this chapter, but it was worth it. It was very fun. And a lot of history in it. Next chapter, we're going to go back with Gabriel, as you've seen for a few moments. And then for the last chapter, chapter 6, I believe we'll be using both Gabriel and Gracie. Guys, thanks for staying. Is there anyone who can raid? Let me check. Anyone from my buddies and your buddies too, because you know most of the people that I raid followed channels. Search. There is a dude that I raided quite recently, but there's also Void Spaces. Niveria, I raided him quite recently. He's playing KJRPG, The Legends of Heroes. And I rated him while he was playing Fatal Frame 1, I believe. But I'm going to rate Voice Spaces today because I haven't rated him in a while. He sometimes also grade me back. So Voice Spaces is playing Conan Exiles at the moment. He's a very nice guy. Also has long hair. Anyways, guys, if you want to join me, I'm going to hang out a bit there before check he's still up. Yep, he's only been up 1 hour. Before going to eat my fruits. So I can read now. Guys, thanks for stopping by and see you next time for chapter 5 of The Beast Within.